So are we, are we switching voice channels?
No, just for this one.
Okay.
Yo, Man and Badger are here.
Hey, Badger.
Oh, Badger's here. Oh, we're fucked.
Oh, you knew today was going to bring in all the assholes.
Sorry,
I mean, listen, I'm trying to not drop slurs, but...
No, you have to wait 7 minutes. 7 minutes. And then you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, anything?
Anything.
I will be very quiet for 7 minutes.
I've already asked him bridge clips off the table. Aside from that, you can say whatever you want.
After my wife got Metal Man's stream yesterday canceled.
Wait, what?
What?
She was saying an old word that sounds a lot like the N-bomb, and YouTube picked it up and shut the stream off.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
And she goes, no, it's the word idly. You know, N-word idly.
Oh,
and I'm like, yeah, YouTube doesn't care, honey. YouTube doesn't care.
Yeah,
What? Montenegro.
Montenegro, yeah. So between that and Badger peeing on his floor, it was pretty much a mess of a.
It's fun now.
I haven't even had a chance to watch it. Why the fuck?
Oh,
why are you spoiling all the good stuff, man?
Well,
what was the bathroom cleaner you recommended? Spick and Span?
God damn it.
Hey, what was that dish in England you were talking about, Shadow?
Stop.
I'm scared. I don't want to make Combat mad. We live in the same state, so it concerns me. He'll come for me.
Yeah, no.
He'll try.
I asked for one thing. And y'all motherfuckers can't do that. You got to spurg out within 30 seconds of me starting the stream.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just a chink in our armor.
God damn it.
He'll try.
It's a bundle of sticks.
What was that word again, honey?
No. So yeah,
wait.
We all know why we're here today.
Yeah.
I'm going to start.
Yeah,
okay, look, I'm looking at the clock right now. We're 2 minutes and 30 seconds in. So before y'all decide to go off, I'll play a little sound or something, and you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Gotcha.
What are we here for? I just jumped in.
We're here because Metro's going to teach everyone how to make bagels.
No, we're here.
Well, I just got through rewriting the rules to Lost Patrol so that it makes sense.
Can you rewrite the 10th edition Custodes Codex?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go.
I mean, everyone can rewrite it, but you just need enough napalm.
Too many freaking.
It does stick to kids. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, it does.
Look,
it's very effective at that.
I'm just saying that if this many people are... Look, they were already pissed off with that fucking codex before the whole female Custodes thing even, came into being.
Oh,
See, but
what
female Custodes thing?
Yeah, female Custodes are now a thing.
What are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
What?
But they also made the Custodes significantly more nerfed, so I believe they're making a political statement about women there.
No.
Yes.
Xana, your thoughts?
No, they're trying to give themselves an out.
Yes, they're saying women are weaker.
Well, we know they amp up and nerf different groups all the time. So.
Right, but the same codex they introduce women Custodes in is the same codex where they make the
I
Custodes.
realize the optics are pretty shitty, and I am sorry, Marcena, I didn't mean to cut you off. Say again.
No, it's okay. I just the nerfing of the Custodes. I don't play Custodes, and I don't follow them too closely, but I understand why people are pissed. But yeah, the whole female, agreed. It's kind of stupid that they introduce female Custodes and then, they're also weaker than most Space Marines. That's kind of bullshit.
You have 4 bottles of alcohol.
All right,
that sounds like a party.
Just don't pee on the floor.
Look, my take on this thing is I don't care if you play Custodes or not. It's not about whether or not a person plays. That's not a resume or it's a resume argument that doesn't have any place in the discussion. It doesn't matter what army you play. What matters is the intent behind it, and everyone in this room knows what that intent is.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's to destroy the hobby. It's to push against those and make people unhappy and push them out of their own hobby, just like they've done everything else.
I mean, I think we're still a little premature, though.
We're
Shout out
coming
to,
out with the show.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
Nope,
go ahead.
I don't mean to cut anybody off, but shout out to Asmagon for the $20 super chat saying this whole thing is a shit show, because it is. This is probably.
Oh, it absolutely
This
is.
is the defining moment of our female Space Marine argument. Like, this is going to be the catalyst of whether it happens or not.
I fundamentally
simple.
disagree.
I think
it was-
that's why they floated it on this particular army.
To see if people would fucking shit their pants and throw a fit. Well, it worked.
Well, now we need to find out what Henry Cavill thinks, since
They're
it's his
just
favorite
a
army.
little bit different. They're just a little bit different, and they're banking on just different enough to accept it. If they did all Space Marines, that's hard to roll back. That's hard to roll back on all Space Marines.
Yeah.
You got to remember the custodies don't require the gene feed, so that's where they're trying to find their flex if this thing goes forward. There is literature that says that custodians are pulled from the sons of Terra. So if you take that as literal, that's masculine males.
It was clearly intended to be literal.
Yeah. It wasn't
I think it's a title and it's wordplay. I don't think there's no description given. It's a goalpost marker. Don't get me wrong, but they literally just dropped the new Custodes box and there's not a single female in it. So
we can't really use that logic though if social media managers for Games Workshop are coming out going, nope, this has always been a thing. Now it's here. Like that, it doesn't track.
I mean,
Right.
You got some social media handler for Warhammer on a Sunday putting that shit out. Nobody's it'll be buried. It wasn't even like it was a reply. So
Yeah, to like multiple people.
We'll magnify that. We'll
Wait,
magnify
what did
that.
I miss? Somebody put something out on social media.
They basically did a press release on a weekend.
Well, no, they did a reply
announced
on the
that
weekend.
There have always been female custodies, and that to say otherwise is bigoted. Hey, Metro, in all the years you've been a part of the hobby, have you ever read anything about female custodies being a thing?
Can I cuss now?
Yes. Okay, wait. You've got 10 seconds left. All right. You ready?
Okay,
You ready? Hold on.
I'm not going to start with the cuss, but this is Brand Suicide live
Okay, go
in
ahead.
4K. This is Brand Suicide live in 4K. In my opinion, yes, they're trying to make room for the inclusivity that is today's buzzword. Like every other English company, they have been taken over. And in some part, to me, especially, who have been hating GW for the past, since I have been playing this fucking game, it's somewhat of a consolation prize that right now the community sees what I have seen in them, that they are greedy fucking bastards who don't know what they are doing, don't know why they are doing it, and they are just in it for the fun, for the money.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
they're
we
also
knew
getting
that.
corporate edicts saying, look how much BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard own of GW stock. It's coming. It's directed. It's not a coincidence that all these companies that have these diversity
DEI
pushing
initiatives.
Yeah,
I don't think that that this is coming from their corporate shareholders. I think this
I think
is
it's a little bit of both.
no. I think
liberal.
just listen. Just look at the corporate landscape of the UK today.
Mhm.
Every fucking company is waving the fucking rainbow flag like there is no tomorrow.
Well,
And
there's tomorrow.
GW.
It's just
No, there is no tomorrow because and GW is what we have been saying for a long time since we started talking, and before that GW effectively priced itself out of the next generation. They need a buzz. They need something to generate interest, and this is what they are doing.
That's what I said yesterday.
Right now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said that's what I said yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Since the plastic crack they are selling,
nobody was going to buy.
Listen, the plastic crack they are selling is dangerously overpriced. With the advent of 3D printing, readily available 3D printing, readily available STL files that you can do that you can print at home, or you can either order through a 3D printing service or order through or do it through a friend. Their business model is effectively in danger. Their business model is sending them the way of the dinosaurs.
Metro, it's a flawed argument though, because they still write novels, and look how many people write books in the world. You know, it's
yes, and those writers
they have a market.
And those writers, I've read some of their works, are shit. Either they don't know the setting.
They are, but you can't apply. It's not mutually exclusive. Like you can get stories elsewhere, but they still write books, right? You can get you can get STL files.
I feel like that's even more of an argument against it, because if you're not going to follow your own source work, then what the fuck is the point? Now you're just spitting shit out just to do it.
Yes. Well, also, I think
that's always the plan. Yeah.
Well, I also think Metro's main point is it's less of, well, people can buy other stuff, so they're going to buy other stuff. Rather, you need, knowing that there's other competitors out there, you need to have a draw to bring people in. You need to make people want to purchase your product. Like in the case of the book. Yeah, people can't, like, I can go down to Barnes & Nobles, and instead of picking up a Games Workshop book, I can pick up the Drift series, because it's very good books. But if I like the stories being written from Black Library, I'll pick those up, even though I could get them for free online, or I could buy some other service. I can buy some other book. The fact that I like those stories from Black Library, I'm going to purchase those from Black Library. Same with the models. Yeah, I could get them cheaper or for free by going to a different alternative. But if Games Workshop is a company that I want to see continue, I'm going to support them. But the fact that they're making decisions that make people not want to support them means that people are not going to do that. And it's stupid to actively antagonize your community when you can see all around you that your business is being threatened by changing economic situations. At least that's what I assume Metro was trying to say. Is that right, man?
Yes, you are right. Yes, you are right.
Sorry for mansplaining, or American-splaining.
No
I'm going to man versus mini-splaining. I'm just kidding. No,
look, I suspect that what they're trying to do is they're trying to broaden the market. They want to get that 18 to 34 demographic. And most of those people tend to lean more lefty. Mm-hmm. So they're coming out with the shows. They're really pushing Warhammer Plus. They're trying to get more into media and less into their primary funds coming from people buying the minis, because they can see the way things are going with 3D printing. So as they try to broaden their audience using media, what they're going to do is they're going to go the way of Disney and try to be more woke and more lefty, to try to bring in a younger crowd that's going to buy up like action figures and stuff. They might not get into the hobby with all the painting and crap, but they'll buy like Funko Pops and like
the Joy Toys and stuff like that.
All that crap. And plus they'll probably come out with a whole bunch of new stuff as soon as the show comes out.
Well, that's combat too.
Well, the problem with that is they need to target a market that have money. And commies don't like money.
And
well, that's how Disney screwed up. Disney went that way too, and the thing is, parents don't want their kids to see it, but they're hoping that since this is not a kid-oriented thing, that they can go that way, and they don't have to worry about the parents being like, well, I don't want my kid to see this.
Isn't Warhammer targeted towards 14-year-old boys and 30-year-old men with autism?
Well, again, I don't think anybody's mad about the fucking fact that they're introducing female custodies. It's how they went about doing it in this kind of offhanded way to where it's like, okay, here it is, be happy, and then it's like, what the fuck? Okay, that makes sense.
No, see, I actually hate the inclusion of female Custodes because it's the frog being boiled. In like a couple of months, they're going to do something to make Femmarines a thing, and because you already have the door open from this, people are going to be more accepting of it. Sorry,
I think they're going to wait and see the reaction. They're going to wait and see the reaction on this.
My problem with this is, as far as I know, there's nothing like in Space Marines that explicitly forbids it. Everything I've seen is that, the Suns thing for Custodes was, it's implied it was more tradition. But my problem with this is the introduction of it in the current environment. Similar to what Shadow's saying, it's boiling the frog. But and I made a post on Discord like this. This is the foot in the door. This is the crack.
There's an old advertising phrase. I'm sorry.
All they need to do, all the other side needs to do. Oh, GW says it's official. You lost, and that's all they have to say.
Go ahead, C-Dan. Sorry.
Listen,
I was just gonna say there's an old advertising phrase that let's send it up the flagpole and see who salutes it.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're doing. They're gonna send it up the flagpole because again, there's that little bitty loophole with Custodes. And they're going to say, okay, let's go ahead and do this. We can roll it back. If they try to do all Space Marines, that's going to be a shit show. But if they do this, okay, so what does the fan base say? Well, there's a burning fucking Space Marine outside of the building. I think we know what the fan base thinks now. Okay, fine. We can just roll that back. So that's just my opinion, but I think they're testing the waters.
I don't even think they're going to do that, though. I think this is set in stone. For them to roll it back now, all these people that are applauding, especially the guy in my chat that's fucking spamming, is what are you going to do? If you roll it back, you're going to piss off another side of the fandom. And then, I think they're stuck with it. And like it or not, same thing with anybody that's in the fandom. You're stuck with it. This is what they want to do. This is the way that they're going. And
maybe they were looking at the numbers saying, okay, how much of the fandom plays Custodes? Yeah.
Henry
there's most high profile fan plays.
I'll tell you right now, so many people play Custodes that they had to do the Custodes pre-order the same weekend they did Orcs. Okay, they were going to sell 3 fucking copies of this book. They put a title on a chick just to get some buzz around it. So 6 more copies are going to sell. It's all wordplay and it's smoke and mirrors. It's getting people talking about it. A couple more people are going to buy it, especially people that are supporting it. It's obfuscation. I think all the doom posting is just ridiculous. Like,
well,
no. Listen. The doom posting is not ridiculous. And just to react to these, Adam James, because I see your comments, bitch, and
bitch.
Yeah, and just
Jan.
Yeah, sure, Jan. And just a thing. Any hobby is welcome to any individual who are there for the hobby. In my 20 plus years in this hobby space, where I played 10 plus game systems, collected even more figures from even more systems, there were never any purity testing when I went to buy a fucking miniature.
Oh, God.
There was never a neckbeard there who said, "Oh no, you can't do that. You can't do that because the big book of neckbeards says so." There were always discussions in various hobby forums. What is and what isn't in the game, in the background, what can be done, but it was always handled. But it's your mini. You do what you like.
Hey, Adam James, I've been playing for 75 years. See, I can throw a number out there too. Dude, You're here throwing cope so fucking hard. You might as well grind it up and snort that shit. Okay? Holy fuck, dude. You're trying so... Look at you. You're literally in here trying to shift opinion. I mean, you're like Woolhammer's wet dream. all three of them that actually buy product. So keep it out. Yeah, keep LOL, man. Yeah, that's you know what this is about people that just keep putting laughs and smiley face shit. They've lost the argument.
Well,
So still understand
the problem is that nobody on that side wants to have an actual discussion about how this is either a good thing or a bad thing. They just want to sit there and wave their flags and say, "Yeah, I won," instead of actually talking about it and the actual substance of what GW was doing.
You're not eating popcorn. You're reeing. That's why you're here. That's literally why you're here, because you're fucking reeing like a little bitch. Because that's all you are, is a little bitch.
Everybody's up in arms over Custodes. Did you see the women orcs?
I mean, I don't give a fuck.
They're called wow men.
Oh God!
I mean, that's funnier than termagants is a term for angry women.
Here's the thing. I'm a woman, and nobody that I've talked to within the community has really said anything negative to me except for people on that side.
Ooh.
Like, everyone on our side has been super nice, super welcoming. Everyone on that side, complete assholes. I've even gotten death threats from them, so...
Oh no! Adam James will tell you that you're wrong, and you frickin' what did they call you? Leg beard? Was it?
Leg beard?
Yeah,
I haven't heard that one before.
Wait, wasn't there the one that called Marzano like his project or something?
Yeah, pick me. Yeah, as Noble Shield just said, pick me.
Yeah.
That's another
because
one.
I'm only in it to get attention, even though I'm happily married.
Well, that's just it. Is that all these people that sit there and go, "Oh, you just hate women. You don't want women in the fandom. Oh, you don't want women." Blah 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 blah. How? Married. These are all. We're all fucking adults here, right? Except for Shadow. Yeah. He doesn't fucking count. He's not an adult.
Yeah, no, I'm the guy here to drop. I'm the guy here to bring the age average down to sub 40s,
just above dead.
But we all knew that. We all knew all this culture war bullshit was gonna come to a head with 40K. We all knew it. We've been talking about this forever now.
Yeah, it's the last free fandom, and even it's not really free.
Well, my point is that
I'd say it's the last free major fandom.
Yeah, it's the last.
I wouldn't even call it that, but I'm just saying.
What else is out there? Like, what else is really out there that's like talked about that isn't infected by this crap?
Not really much.
I mean, like the only thing I could think of is For Honor, but that's because that game requires a skill level.
you know what my most terrible take on this whole thing is?
Let's hear it.
As I'm sitting here, and it's not even a pun, I'm sitting here and I'm building my dreadnought, and I'm thinking to myself, all they're trying to do is Stormcast Eternal, the Custodes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so you're getting this tie-in, and that's going to maybe one day we'll see that Sigmar is the Emperor, and vice versa.
I mean, I hope they don't do that, because that just waters things down. But
yeah, because they've been really fighting that point of view for a long time, pretty hard, haven't they?
I mean, listen. When Warhammer Fantasy was alive, there was a very prevalent fan theory that effectively the old world was one word in the eye of terror, and it was always I wouldn't say officially quashed, but it was always hushed and not encouraged.
Mm-hmm.
So they always handled the games as a separate entity. Sigmar had nothing to do with the Emperor, and Age of Sigmar also had nothing to do for a very long time. And this Sigmarinization of the Custodes is just bullshit.
Sounds like you really feel.
Well, it's not even. It's bullshit because it's fucking lazy. And that is the main gripe that I'm seeing from everybody. As much as they want to fucking cope and sit here and say, "Oh, bad women, bad this, that, and the other," it's lazy. Whether you like the idea or not, it's still fucking lazy.
Yeah, like Swanee, a lesbian woman, by the by, I just saw a post on Twitter from her where she's like, "Listen, I'm not against the idea, but
it's lazy."
You put a couple of lines in the codex, and then you made a tweet about it. Put it in a fucking novel if you actually have. I'm paraphrasing her and tossing in curse words.
Yeah, Bill's
that's the thing. That's the thing. You know, in the Dark Angels box, you know, and I'll harp on this forever. In the Dark Angels Combat Patrol, they wrote into the codex Gravis Captain Zachariah, and they put Gravis Captain Zachariah in the box. You know, they put
because the Gravis Captain wasn't selling.
I know, but what I'm saying is they wrote it in and they put him in the box, right? So here you have they wrote a female custodian into the codex, but they did not put her in the box. That's how unserious they are about this whole thing.
If they were unserious about the whole thing, they wouldn't wrote a story blurb, a 2 or a multiple page story blurb, and put it into the codex, and then give the authorization keyboard warrior, social media manager to post that shit online effectively. If they were unserious about, if they weren't serious about that, so this is just I'm sorry to say, but this is just coping. This is just coping that they are not serious about that. Because there is no model.
There was no big fanfare. And you would think there would have been.
Yes, because as Shadow said rightfully, this is boiling the frog. Sneak it in. See that. What is the reaction? How they react to that? How they react to shitting on 30 plus years of established lore and background.
Yeah, just
how they
say,
react to that.
That's not my way of phrasing it. That's like I had this idea, but it's Arch's way of phrasing it, not my way of phrasing it. Just clarifying.
Well, yeah, but uh-oh.
What?
No, I was gonna say if this was such a win, if this was such a big deal, if this was, you know, a turning point in the hobby, the way people are acting like it is, you'd think they would have put in a little bit more effort into it than just, as y'all put it, sneaking it into a codex. And then now that all these people that have the codex ahead of time are just glossing over it, not even fucking blinking about the fact it's there, and all the argument is on fucking social media.
Yeah, because this isn't the this is not the penultimate thing. This isn't Manassas. This isn't a big thing to talk about. It's the light skirmish before it's actually going on. This is just so they have the foot in the door. Same thing with female Bretonnian knights. It's the foot in the door. It's the foot in the door. That way, in like a year or two, when they actually pull the female Space Marine stuff, whether they do it in a way that makes sense or whether it's just, oh, there were always women, you were just bigots for not assuming, it's so that they have all this like groundwork. That way, you like Gotchi's response online is one that really stuck out to me. Of like, look, it's a peace offering. It's a peace offering to the left side. Okay,
I heard he canceled a hell of a big order too. Speaking of Gotchi,
yeah, gotcha. Well, I didn't know that part, but so like it's a peace offering for the other side. 2 years down the line, they have a single female Space Marine character, this like girl from a Neanderthal planet who fought hard and became a Space Marine. It's a peace offering. Then she gets a sequel where she gets her own founding, her own chapter of Whammon. It's a peace offering. Then you get to the 43rd millennium, and now you have just as many women Marines as you do male Marines. Oh, it's a peace offering. You let the frickin' frog boil, eventually the frog legs are coming out.
There's a behavioral psychology theory called nudge. And it's basically that. You have a population that doesn't want to accept a certain thing. So you just nudge a little bit and you wait until they just accept that. And okay, well, we don't really like it, but we accept it. Then you do another change and then they accept that and another one. And then before you know it, the whole population is accepting something that they would have never accepted otherwise. And that's the left's whole philosophy.
I mean, I just have one question. Would you kindly? This was a Bioshock reference, if you...
I know what you were doing.
I love it.
Would you kindly?
I need to play that game, but reference.
And just as Mars said, every kilometer starts with a step. Every 1,000 meters starts with a step. This is the step.
Well, I mean, like I said, I've said it multiple times, and CDAT agreed, is that if you don't like it, then you tell them. If you're just going to sit there and bitch about it online and do nothing, you vote with your wallet, fucking email them, call them out, do whatever.
Even the emailing. Vote with the only thing they understand at the end of the day.
Money.
I like money. Yeah. This is Mr. Crab.
And
yes, I mean, emailing doesn't work. Emailing doesn't work because
customer service ignores you anyway.
Pretty much.
Not just that. Have any of you worked at customer service where there is email, telephone, and post?
Yeah.
Yeah, these angry emails are effectively shunted away. That okay, we don't need to handle these emotional appeals because they are not that important. They are just noise. They are spam, effectively. If you do an email campaign, that's why what Arch was doing was unsuccessful in its execution. GW doesn't understand how the internet works. Otherwise, their social media presence would be much better, and they wouldn't only have just one shitty website to show for it. Despite the fact that they are effectively trying to Disneyfy and sell the IP.
Well, I mean, everything they do is half-assed to begin with. It's just...
Yes. They don't understand how... I'm sure that there are good people working there who understand how to write rules for specific armies and for the game systems they make in general to make it balanced and fair. But the fact that after almost every release there is a day one FAQ, a day one patch, suggests otherwise, that those who are there either don't know what they are doing, or they are forced to do shit by people who don't know what they are doing, and the end result is the same. And if you pay attention to what is broken and what is buffed, it's always the shit that sells very poorly that gets a buff with a new edition.
Yep.
And always the shit that sold very well that gets nerfed into the fucking ground. That's why they are nerfing the Custodes to the fucking ground, to make room for new shit. Because now if you want to play competitively and not just host of the table, you need to buy new shit.
Well,
you need to buy shit you didn't have before.
Even then, you have the existing Custodes players that are pissed off about, this massive nerf. It's not even related to the female Custodes thing. Just what they have done to the Custodes as a whole. To the point where people are like, oh, fuck this.
Yes, because introducing the Custodes into the Warhammer 40,000 universe was a big fucking mistake. Because they always had that aura of invincibility, because they are directly related to the Emperor. They are crafted with his genetic material. And they are effectively what the Space Marines are to the Guardsmen. 100 times the multiplier. And to introduce these models that are slightly better than the Space Marines. I mean, if we are going off the lore, the setting, for a 2,000 point army list, you should be able to field 5 Custodes, and they should come out on top unscathed.
Yeah, like every Custodes mini should be like chapter master equivalent. Like every single one should be a Marnius Calgar or a Dante level individual, which is why they should be
multiply those by 2, and then you got the power level that the Custodes should have.
Well, I mean, even Space Marines are nerfed for the tabletop. Like a tactical squad should solo most guard regiment or most guard armies. I'm saying for like the needs of gameplay, it should be like a Marnius Calgar or a Dante level individual, and they should not be an army. They should be something you can attach to an army in the same way as the assassins are.
Precisely. So, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm just giving this as somebody that is literally, I make my entire living selling products. I guarantee that is the only way you're going to get their attention. Mm-hmm. Hit the product where it hurts. Because here's the thing. They're all bragging and happy and about last year's numbers, right? They were patting themselves on the back. They were giving out bonuses. The problem with making astounding numbers that they talked about is now what happens. The upper echelon says, that's okay. Do it again. Better and better and better. Mm-hmm. If you hit that number, if you hurt that number, they're going to be, what the fuck happened? Johnson, get in here. What the fuck happened? I think it was this, and this, because they know exactly what sells, right down to the last box. Mm-hmm. These didn't sell. Well, shit. Do we know why? It may take them a year or two to figure out the why part, but they'll figure it out. And that is literally the only thing to hit. So,
well, that's
Adam, tell us about your time flipping fries, okay?
That's what's going to happen. Is that the people that are most upset about this, the people that have money, you're literally, whether you think it's a good thing or not, GW just divided the fan base.
Mm-hmm.
That's 50% of profits that are going to go away if people are actually doing what they say they're going to do, and 50% of profits of people that are applauding it that were already there. There's, unless you do some sort of big reveal, which they haven't done, and you can sit there and do, no, well, the way they did it was good, stealth, under the radar, so they make you chuds mad, like this idiot in chat is saying.
Yeah.
That's not going to make you any fucking money.
Nope.
You have to do it big. You have to put it out there. You have to make a big noise about it so that people buy your fucking product.
Yeah, you have to generate the sales. All of the social media bullshit in the world does not change, does not make a single fucking dollar.
Exactly.
Not one.
And you know it. I know it as a salesperson, former salesperson.
Yeah.
That's still 50% of your profits that are fucking gone.
One of our best-selling
and this guy wants to keep saying we're the minority. We're not the fucking minority. If you look at any single fucking post about this shit, but it is not a minority. So
we're the minority spending money.
You have to understand, though, they have to label you the minority.
That's being objective about it. That's a neutral stance, whether you like it or not.
They have to say to the minority so that if they say it loud enough, long enough, everybody will believe it, including themselves, which they've already done.
Yeah.
And it makes them feel better. They know they're not the majority. They know that they are literally loathed across the world, like I've told this moron. And it doesn't matter because that's how insane these people really are.
Oh, I know. He's been spamming chat for the last 10 minutes.
Like I said, insane.
Easy, make it 30.
We need to do a poll. Can you do a chat poll where it's like, all right, are you a Black Templars player or are you a...
I'm glad you finished that sentence.
Metronoid can do it now. I gave Metronoid privileges.
Okay, something just occurred.
Fuck.
While he's doing that, something just occurred to me. I wonder how much Games Workshop pays attention to other gaming franchises, because this is striking me very similar to an incident that happened in Magic the Gathering a couple of years ago. They released a card that was insanely powerful, and the character they based the card on ticked certain diversity checkboxes, and the card and the deck that the card went in, the people that were playing competitively, was so toxic that the entire community was like, what the fuck is this card? Why the fuck did you do this?
And Wizards of the Coast, the Rings cards.
I was going to say, the Rings cards. Fuck shit.
No, I'm specifically talking about the first Oko Planeswalker card. And Wizards of the Coast didn't listen, and and their sales kept dropping, and they've been getting more and more desperate to roll out new products and cross-franchise products and whatnot ever since.
Yeah, we got
trying to draw in more money.
Because profits also dropped around the same time because stores like Target and Walmart took them out of their stores because of all the fist fights and altercations that we're having for that. So there was also some tie-ins that led to those profit losses. It wasn't just because of one card. So just to keep us on a honest and open dialogue about that.
Yeah, this ham-fisted approach to diversity, equity, and inclusion falls flat on its face because there's never any effort put into it. It's just, here you go. There's nothing behind it. There's no substance behind it. They just do it to do it, which is exactly what GW just did. They did it to do it.
It's not just to do it to do it. It's a multi-billion-dollar-a-year industry, and venture capitalists will make any dollar they can, any way they can.
Well, yeah,
so
they want to expand the customer base as much as possible, and I understand that.
Adam James, why don't you turn yours on first, bitch? Come on, let's see the soy fucking poisoning you're going through right now.
Oh no, Weezy! I meant that DEI is $1 billion a year industry.
Oh yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying that there would be a better reception again if this stuff was fleshed out, if it was given something to support it instead of just now it exists, right?
Yeah.
And even if you have a fan base that is divided, like it is right now, if you do it in a way that is meaningful and actually has some meat to it to the point where people are like, okay, great. And you see that happen a lot when it's done the right way. And I got into this argument when I did a stream on the whole Gamergate bullshit. It was
one or two.
It's just that. It's never done in a good way. It's just inserted and then that's it. And then nobody says anything, nobody talks about it. It's just there, right?
Well, that's because communism cannot create. It can only attach onto and devour from the inside. So, and we've had that conversation many, many times, and it's they always the left will always say to the right, well, if you don't like CNN, make your own CNN. Well, if you don't like our Space Marines, build your own Space Marines. We get it. It goes both ways, but
then when it's done, they have to invade because no, you weren't supposed to do that.
well, just think about. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, like, every time there is an attempt to make your own thing, they go after it. They dog after it. Like, okay, you try to make Parler. Well, they attack Parler. Or in the case of, people making their own settings. Like, I mean, it hasn't been heavy, but, like, Space King, for instance. That is Tom and Don making their own, not 40K space for people who want that. And not as big as like some other stuff, I will admit, but there were people on Twitter saying that they shouldn't be allowed to do it, saying they shouldn't be allowed to create it, that Space King is offensive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't made, just like your terminology, it wasn't made for you. To quote Tom and Don, it was made for 14-year-old boys and 30-year-old men with autism. Like, it's not for 20-year-old women who think they're 14 but still read Twilight unironically. It's not for you. Sorry for cutting you off, C-Dan.
No. Shit, I don't remember what I'm saying. Fucking old age.
Damn it. I'm sorry.
It happens. It happens.
What happens?
Old age happens. Memory loss.
It does?
Yeah.
Why are you saying that?
So do random objects that are in your room that you still haven't found.
Shut the fuck up, Badger.
I was coming up again. No. I remember what it was now. Okay, so we'll go, because I always like to drag it back to this. We'll drag it back to my first hobby, D&D. So when things started to go downhill, what did people do? Well, fuck it. We'll make our own. Or we'll go back and play a version of the rules that we liked, that we enjoyed. And then the company's like, you can't do that. Why? I don't need to buy anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Badger, what was your favorite edition you said of 40K?
Third.
So why not go back and play third? I know you've got the books, or you can sure the hell find them.
Oh, for sure. That's about the only one that I really acknowledge. The rest of the stuff's too fucking bloated.
And Tabletop Simulator now solves the problem of miniatures.
For long range play, yeah, especially with me living where I live.
Yeah, so, hey, GW, eat a dick.
Eat a dick, eat a dick, eat a dick, dick, dick.
Yeah, we don't have to give them a single thing. You know? It's like, that's, again, don't buy, and if you want to play what you like. But you don't have to play their shit, and you don't have to give them a dime to do it.
Well, that's just it. And then the same people that are just sitting there bitching are going to be the same ones going, oh, well, why aren't you doing this? It's like, well, or why aren't you supporting the company? This, that, and you can't win either way.
I mean, Wizards of the Coast. Yeah, Wizards of the Coast made the stupidest mistake ever by allowing people to share books through their website. There are now 6 people playing D&D in our group. One of us bought the books. One is paying a subscription. Everybody else is playing for free. Yep. They're making fuck all money for it.
I have the books. I found them.
I found them on a website that I can't talk about right now.
No, seriously, I got them. I found them. They were right in front of my face.
Find them? Were they right next to the thing Wheezy has on in his room?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I still don't know what that fucking thing is. I don't even care anymore.
Yeah, you care. You care. Don't even try it.
I don't care. I don't care.
You fucking care. That's what
it's eating you alive, Easy.
No.
It's eating you alive.
Fox in the,
we talk about it when you're not around, Wheezy.
I know you do. I don't care.
Well, if you know, then you care.
Oh.
Hey guys, can I change the subject real quick, very briefly?
No.
Sure.
What about that 3-player? What about that 3-player campaign co-op in Space Marine 2?
Look, I have high hopes for Space Marine 2, and I know.
I'll be honest.
Everybody's pissed off right now. That's fine. I don't care. I'm still going to buy it because Space Marine, the original game, was my introduction to 40K. Prior to
Praise be to Space Marine.
I'll be honest. I'm not watching any of that stuff because I don't want to ruin it for myself.
Same.
So, but what are you saying? Everybody's pissed off about, Wheezy?
No. I'm talking about what's going on in the 40K fandom. Like one way or the other, I'm still going to play Space Marine 2.
Sure.
I have a special place in my heart for that game.
It's right next to that thing.
Yep.
I still need to finish that game.
Like
I just hope one particular character comes back as a captain.
Fucking Leandros.
Leandros.
Shut the fuck up, Leandros.
Hey, man.
Leandros.
You can hear the fucking triggering, man.
I would be raided by the FBI if I talked about what I want to do to that fool.
You know it's going to start with him getting eaten by a fucking tyrannid. So
God, I hope so. That would be so awesome.
The entire purchase worth it.
Slowly eaten by a termagant. Something not even worth it.
I mean, listen, have you seen the Denzel Washington film Men on Fire?
Yes.
Yep.
You remember how he deals with the corrupt cop who sold him and the girl out?
Yeah.
After tying it to the car?
Yeah. With the suppository.
Oh, God.
I was thinking something more in line with, and this is probably dating me, and some of you don't know what I'm talking about, but Charles Bronson, The Evil That Men Do, the opening scene.
Charles Bronson. Charlie Bronson's rope. Did you bring enough rope?
Oh, God. You and the fucking rope.
I didn't have Boondocks quotes on my agenda today.
It's always
Are you sure that you're Obi Cabby?
Obagaba.
Yeah, you know, the other side of this, since Minnie's sidetracked us. No, I'm just kidding. Is I don't like the direction that it's going in, where people can't voice their displeasure with changes. I think any successful company needs to be willing to listen to their customer base in order to actually succeed. But I don't. It sounds like GW doesn't want to do that anymore.
As long as they get that sweet BlackRock check.
I guess, but
Well, then that's
there were multiple.
Really needs to get addressed.
Well, there were multiple people that were just going, "Why did you nerf Custodes?" Like that's all they asked, and then it's like insta block. It's like what the fuck?
The blocking is more upsetting than
Yeah.
Listen, that's a company that thinks that can choose its audience.
Yeah,
and that's always the beginning of the end. Because this happened with Star Wars, with Star Trek, with every other franchise that Hollywood bought up,
Marvel,
and then
DC,
and then shit out as a gray sludge as a franchise for everyone. That is ultimately for no one. And there will come a time, I think shortly, when the apathy will set in. Because when you hate what the company is doing, there is still passion. There is still interest. When you don't give a fuck about it, that's the death of the IP.
Yep.
Because I wrote it on Twitter. The flag-waving bundle of sticks are welcome to New Hammer.
You're past the 7 minutes. You could say what you want, man.
So
hang on.
They are welcome to. They are welcome to buy the overpriced paints in shitty bottles that dry out in 3 months to half a year. They are welcome to the shitty brushes that are overpriced. They are welcome to the shitty monopose miniatures that are instead of a unit entry, they are effectively their own entry. They are welcome to having their armies outdated every 3 to 4 years with every new edition. Because this was this hobby after GW found the rabid fan base it cultivated. Now, they effectively halve their audience, or they are going to, in very short order. Let's see how long they can do it. Because just look at the lineup, what they have for New Hammer. Yeah. The Horus Heresy is finished. They are not going to... they don't have another big bang, a big happening in the setting that would effectively galvanize and keep the fan base interested as the Horus Heresy went on, as the Horus Heresy was. They tried it with the Beast Rises, and it landed as a wet fart. They are trying with the Dawn of Fire series, and it's landing as well and as nicely as a lead balloon. And they are filled with writers who have their own agenda, and they are coming in to make their own mark on an established IP, because otherwise their IDs wouldn't sell.
Yeah.
Brand Suicide live in 4K.
Well, I took a poll of every new interested 40K person I knew, all one of them happens to be related to me. Mm-hmm. And I took him to two friendly local game stores, and he walked all through the 40K section, and he stopped because I gave him his birthday money early. I'm like, here you go, buddy. Knock yourself. Here's $100. Here's $100. Knock yourself out. He looked around and said, Grandpa, this stuff's really overpriced, really expensive. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, there you go.
Well, that's. I mean, we've all said it. That's part of the problem. Like, if the only people that can afford to walk into a fucking Games Workshop and, spend money are people that are established with money to blow,
that's better... a pretty small group.
Yeah.
Well, that gets rid of all the woke leftists.
You better cater to the audience or the people that are spending money, because who's going to walk in and spend $80 on 3 minis?
Especially in the current economic environment.
Yeah.
It's getting tight everywhere.
Dude, even me. Y'all know how much I love Warhammer and how much money I spend on 40K. Even I've had to cut back.
Hold on a second.
Spending $100.
Hold on a second. Adam James says, and not more than half of the armies are fucking Space Marines. Brother, you need to learn how to count.
No shit.
Are you fucking insane?
He's a leftist.
And you've been playing for 30 some odd years, according to you?
Yeah, he's.
Or are you just trying to put in every chapter that exists and then some?
He probably doesn't know the difference.
Well, to be fair, GW does have Space Marines than Armies of the Imperium, because the only thing they make is Space Marines, because the only thing people consistently purchase are the same recolored Space Marines with a different codex to them.
Well, shit, I need to stop buying Militarum then.
Hey, Badger?
Yeah.
Remember, these are the people that cheered on Horace Who?
Yeah,
right? Well, they don't really know they don't know the difference between chapters or probably think chapters and legions are the same. So
this guy probably plays freaking 10th edition, and every edition will say after freaking 2nd edition, and thinks, or sat around the table bitching about how his one librarian can't take out the entire army and GW ruined the game.
Oh shit.
Look, I'm just saying, everybody saw this coming, right? Everybody knew at some point
it's going to happen. Yeah.
But we all knew that there's already this fine line in the fandom. And that line, treading that line, is extremely hard. Because you have the people like us that say lore matters. That's one side of it. Then you have the people on the other side that say lore doesn't matter. And you can see that now. Like, I think even Templin Institute is fucking crowing right now about how lore doesn't matter, and he was right. I think that's part of the reason that everybody's like, all right, fuck off, GW. We just spent months or a year arguing with this guy about how lore matters, and now lore doesn't matter. Okay. So if the company itself doesn't care about established lore and stuff that they've done, which I know that there's wiggle room in there for the Custodes. I get it. I understand that. I disagree. Well, I know, but I'm just saying that if they don't care about their own backstory, their own source, then why should we?
Yeah,
why should anyone?
I agree with that.
This is the very same hit that Disney pulled with Star Wars Extended Universe.
Oh, I know.
Throw everything into the fucking garbage.
I just look at it.
Then Kathleen Kennedy started bitching about, we don't have an established lore. We don't have 1,000 pages of books to pull from.
I thought the only thing she could say was put a chick in it, make her lame and gay.
Here, yes. let me base it off of my experience as a former convict felon, that kind of thing. No, really, one who dodged a bullet there. But no, seriously, there are two dictionaries in the world, as I've learned through that whole process. One is the normal dictionary that most of us people know, and then there's law dictionary. Okay, both of those, you cannot argue this. Okay, as well as the thesauruses and the basic level of intellect that a person has when they use any part of the English language, and I don't mean that in terms of, we'll just say language. Your words, every word, it has intent. If someone uses sons, if someone uses male in a specific sentence, it doesn't mean because I just want to make it be a gopher. You know what I'm saying? Or I want to make it a woman or whatever. The intent was there for Custodes, every noble-born son. Son. Not daughter, son. There was the intent for that.
They can't say what a woman or a man is at this point.
No, I know. But I mean, again, it goes back, and people I have, I don't want to claim this as original, obviously. People in this room have also made the same argument, is that why, and, obviously, I love Marzana, but that's beside the point. Why would anyone want to go with, not that way, you weirdo. Anyway.
The D&D game yesterday, come on.
Hey, look. Well, anyway,
still need to watch it.
I'm not the one who jumped on the fungus, that's all I'm saying. But anyway, freaking, no, there's no way that anyone could ever argue that the Emperor of Mankind ever tried to use anything but, the most pristine, strongest genetic stock. Even when it comes to males, what is it, 10,000 Custodes? And you've got billions of people on Terra right now, and they're not making, and all those males still ain't making it? You're going to tell me somewhere, I mean, we're talking bone structure, bone density, so we're get the fuck out of here, dude.
Well, Badger,
you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going with this.
I actually made the same argument on Twitter earlier that the Emperor, he obviously wasn't a huge fan of using women as like the main troops. They were fine in like the guard, but he used males for the Primarchs, he used males for Astartes, and he used males for Custodes. So shoehorning it doesn't even make sense. Like, obviously men are stronger. We are a sexually dichotomous like species.
Sorry, Mars, just to butt in. But the Emperor specifically didn't use females because he didn't want to supplant humanity with effectively a superhumanity.
Yes.
Because the ultimate fate of the Astartes after the conquest of the galaxy would have been the same as the Thunder Warriors after after the conquest of Terra, called by the Custodes. And then only the Emperor, the Custodes, and humanity remains. Cut off from the warp.
What'd you say, man?
This guy is a male feminist. I can't stand male feminists. They're so nasty.
No, they just think it's going to help them get laid, and they're not.
Oh, God, they're so disgusting and creepy. They're like the dirt on the bottom of my shoe.
Okay, here's the thing, and I know Badger can speak to this. I can speak to this. This is usually the people that have never been through a selection process for a heavily physical job.
Oh my God, yeah.
The selection Badger and I were talking about yesterday, 90, 95, 98% failure rate just to get the qualifications to try to do something.
Yep.
I went through it. Badger's been through it more than once. I went through it at 19. I thought it was going to fucking kill me. So the people that are like, it really doesn't matter male or female, have no idea what that selection process is like. And that's...
I'm currently going through it. I'm incredibly out of shape in comparison to what I need to be.
You are kind of spongy, yeah.
In some way, in a few ways, like for example, I can actually do pull-ups. A lot of the women in the recruitment process I'm in, they can do a couple. They can't do like I can currently get up to like 10 or 11 on a good day. 5 or 6 is the most I've seen a woman do, and that was like the best out of them.
Well, there's another aspect to this, though. It's not just what you can do and what anyone else can do. It's what the organization you plan on joining wants.
Requires.
Right. Like what, and I don't mean just standard. Like, I'm not even going to go into my career, but what I talked to CDAT about yesterday was what I was involved in. You had the 98% to be able to try. We'll just say that, like to allow, let you in the door to try, that attrition rate. And then you had a further 98% attrition rate so that those that we'll call them the powers that be can stand there beating their chests and going, this is how hard we are. This is how tough it is to get into our organization. You know what I mean? And if we equate that, going to say 40K, the Custodes are the ultimate asses in that regard. They really are. Even over, I would venture and argue to say almost every Space Marine chapter out there, except maybe Carcharodons or something, or Blood Angels. Why is everybody quiet?
Oh, we were listening to you. So you suddenly went quiet.
Gonna keep going.
Yeah, same.
No, but I mean, again, you can be the most badass dude, stud, whatever. It still doesn't mean you're the. And when I say that, I'm talking physically here. That doesn't mean you have the mental tenacity to carry through with it. It doesn't mean you have the intellect to be able to carry through with it. And I mean to be able to put all those things together. And I'm speaking firsthand. It's amazing, and we've laughed about this, CDAT and I and a few others. In the community that I served in, most of you guys would assume that guys that do what I used to do are these muscle-bound dudes you see on TV.
The first ones that fail.
Guys like Jocko or whatever, if you know who that is. They usually are the first ones to fail because their mind breaks before anything else does. And meanwhile, your smaller folks have already been beaten down their entire life, so this is nothing new.
I was the biggest guy in my graduating class for the thing I went for. Most of us looked like we had been in a death camp. And we were doing what, 3,800 calories a day? And we're still losing weight like we're fucking got an illness. So, yeah, it's brutal. So, yeah, to sit there and say, okay, let's start with, as Marzana put it, an inherently weaker side makes no fucking sense. But when you bring that up, you're like, are you just being a bigot against women? No, I'm being a realist.
Hold on. There's another aspect to this, though. And, she knows what I mean. Why would you take the one element that is required to continue your species and kill it off or allow it to be killed off?
Why would you kill off the person that can reproduce the next generation? If you have 100 women and one man, the generation will go on. You'll eventually run into all kind of problems like Alabama level.
As long as we call the Adam Joneses or Jameses out there.
Yeah, but if you have 100 men and one woman, that's it. Shit's over.
Yep.
It's pretty much done.
That's why when you look at history, like even in instances where you do have recorded evidence of women possessing martial ability, like samurai, female samurais, for instance, or as in the women of the samurai class of Japan, yes, they were trained in combat styles because when the men went off to war, do you know who were stuck around to keep the peasants working the fields and to fight off bandits and protect the children?
Exactly.
Women. When a woman is forced to fight in human civilization, it's not something that should be cheered or seen as virtuous or good. It's because you are being forced to it is either you are in a situation where that woman's life does not matter, or you're in a situation where you are being pushed against the fucking wall and you need every body you can shove into the grinder to try and hope you blunt the blade before it kills you all.
Everything has gone to shit at that point.
Yeah, there's a place in the world, I won't bring up the name of it, but is probably fast approaching that wall.
Yes.
It's been at that wall for most of its history, if we're talking about the same place.
Yeah, so...
Well, not to sidetrack, but I was sitting here thinking about this, is when you already have a faction, and that faction is the Sisters of Silence, sorry, I brain fart. How many years have Custodes players been asking for an expansion? For people that are in love with the fucking Custodes and have wanted, more shit for them, how many years have they been asking for Sisters of Battle to be expanded upon?
Dude.
Forever.
Yeah, like well over a decade. Dude, my very first Sisters army was the metal ones, right? My very first real Sisters army is comprised of Dark Eldar and Eldar parts and faces shaved down to make my own, quote, sister. And they were fashioned after the Sisters of Silence as I knew them to look like. What, 5 or 6 years later, GW makes actual Sisters of Silence, fucking models. Why the fuck hasn't that been expanded on? Makes no sense.
That's the other part of that laziness that I'm bringing up, is that you have an existing fan base that is willing to throw fucking money at you if you do this thing. And they're going, no, we're not going to do the thing. We're going to do this. It's like, why?
Yeah,
why
because
would you do this?
Because they're shit at their job. I mean, just read. But look at the codexes that came out from Forgeworld, and they couldn't make the Sisters of Silence and the Adeptus Custodes integrate and work together as a complete whole. And since the introduction of the Sisters of Silence, we have one fucking squad that you can build 3 ways, one big hunk of resin that you can buy for I don't know how many hundreds of dollars, and one character. And that's fucking all. They have a fucking gold mine and they don't know what to do with it, how to do with it, how to correctly utilize it, and how to milk the fan base that is there to give them their money for a literal minuscule of effort.
I mean, they literally wrote a series of novels that showed the integration between Custodes and Sisters of Silence. I've read them twice. They're not bad. I mean, they're not exactly, pinnacle, but they really go a long way to explain the relationship. And it's like, okay, that's all you had to do, kids. That's all you had to fucking do.
Well, you're also going to, I mean, if this is a route they want to go, everybody should just pick up their Horus Heresy novels, especially around Garrow's time frame, and just throw them all in the trash.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you got a lot of Sisters of Silence well, I say a lot, but a decent amount, we'll say, of Sisters of Silence activity, and I mean, fuck it, dude. I mean, why don't you just rip the pages out?
I mean, if I remember correctly, wasn't it a Sister of Silence that took on Karn at one point?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she got her ass kicked, but she did it.
I mean, she was Genetia Kroll,
yes, thank you,
the Obsidian Knight of the Sisters of Silence, and how they dispatched her effectively in the Siege of Terra series is just that she stays at which was the spaceport that fell? Fuck me, I don't remember.
Lions? Was it the Lions?
No, thank you, man. I'm not gay.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter if he's gay.
No.
Hey,
we're inclusive here. This is a safe space. We're inclusive.
But
It is absolutely not a safe space.
But effectively, she was there. She was killing effectively Chaos Space Marines, because her null aura was so strong that she didn't even register for them. And then we switch to Korn's perspective, and she just makes an offhand gesture with his chain axe, and the kill counter went up by 1 on his retinal display, and he didn't even notice it. And this is how they dispatch Genetia Kroll. Fuck that. Fuck this company.
They literally, it's like, congratulations, you just got handed the keys to the castle, and what do? You pissed on the front door.
And then you light it on fire.
Yeah.
It's also very insulting that they didn't earn this. There's no explanation for it. It's just, here, let's take a male character, slap tits on him, give him a woman's name, and over here, it's a woman character. Like, that's not how this works.
I'm glad Marzetta
said that.
I'm glad Marzetta said that.
It wasn't earned. It's not explained. There's no background. It's just, boom. Here's a dude with tits, and congratulations, now we have female representation. Like, fuck you.
They just did the denominator. They just did the same thing with in D&D with the non-binary autistic blonde paladin. Created documenting things,
things.
Like,
and it's like, what?
And like that, I mean, Weezy, just for posterity's sake, we should clip
that's got
Marcena's rant, because that's the best description of the fifth wave feminist. A man with tits.
Slap tits.
You need to make an opening to this video. Done. Go back and edit this thing, make an opening, and all they hear while they're looking at your video is her saying all that.
That was perfect.
Yep. I'll do it when we get done.
Slap tits on a man. It's like, wow.
That's going to be everybody's fucking ringtone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's...
My counter to that, Marzana, is name a single franchise that has done that. Oh, she left.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just cooking.
Don't you oppress her.
Wait, what did you say, Mr. Noy?
She's cooking. All the women in Marvel. And GW is going to learn this because, you know what? Women loved Marvel movies. Because why? Yeah. It was a bunch of jacked up, hot beefcake guys. And they got rid of them. And they put a bunch of cranky-ass, bitchy women in there. And nobody wants to see that, least of all women. We see cranky-ass, bitchy women every friggin' day.
I was about to say something that I'm pretty sure would have gotten me slapped by my wife. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
When you look in the mirror. No, I'm kidding.
No,
we see cranky, bitchy women every 28 days.
My wife didn't give a flying fuck about Marvel. And I'm like, well, just come over here. And she looks over my shoulder while I'm watching a movie. She's like, oh, who's that? I said, that's Thor. Really? Hang on. And she was hooked. That was it. She was all about watching Tony Stark and Thor. And
males and females love to see masculine men doing masculine things.
Clip that too. Masculine
women. Nobody wants to see masculine women doing masculine things. Everybody, men and women, want to see masculine men. Everybody.
Only the wokies.
a woman who weighs 115 pounds kicking the ass of guys who weigh 300.
Only the wokies that want muscle mommy. That's why.
Yeah, remember, it's not about muscle mommies except when they admit that it's about muscle mommies.
Right.
Which is all the time.
Every fucking time, yeah.
It's so fucking... It's so shallow. It's even from the people that want it, it's fucking shallow. And and just like that guy was doing in the chat, they try and sit there and they scream and they're the loudest and they're the most annoying as annoying as possible to get the point across, to make it seem like there's a fucking army behind them, right? And from the way that the way they behave, that's what it looks like. That is why they are constantly getting what they want, because of shit like that.
I mean, if I had a lot of free time, it would be interesting to just do a deep dive like Master of the TDS style. How many are the bots? Well, because what I'm seeing is he just keeps digging out bots for Disney, Paramount, whatever the fuck the new release is for Hollywood, and there are always bots. One or two genuine accounts, and the rest is fucking botted.
But that's not my point. I mean, bots or not, it's just that
it's
that
optics. It's optics.
Yeah, exactly. So if a company is looking at something and they're seeing this, oh well, there's this overwhelming amount of support. It's because that's the playbook. That's what works. It's been proven to fucking work. We've all seen it.
Yes, and it's also has been proven that it's botted. Not just with the hard evidence that yes, these are bots. They are mixing up the same words, but going along a script. It's proven in the declining box office from film to film to film to film.
Oh, and going back to one comment, Maddie, we talk to Badger and I talk to Marzana every week when we play D&D. That's the most I've ever heard her say in one sitting. So that was amazing. Yeah, I'm glad it took this to trigger her to the point of going the fuck off like that. That was awesome.
I know she was unironic. Like even when she's not on panel, like even when like in private VCs and stuff like that, that is the longest I've heard her string words together. It was terrifying.
But to be fair, and I'm glad she said what she said, it's the fact that there aren't enough women like Marzana saying exactly what she said, going, hey, we appreciate the effort, but actually put some effort into it. You know what I mean? Nobody's saying
that effort.
There are plenty of women doing it. It's just
they're just dismissed. They're dismissed.
Yeah. But
yes, because they
speaks up. Oh, you're a birther. Marzana speaks up. Oh, you're not a woman.
They're what's that word they're using?
Pick me.
A turf or a pick me or something. You know, you're a hater. Like you're this. You're that. I'll fuck off.
Now, if you're a guy like me, but you put a wig on, some badly applied lipstick, and call yourself and add a feminine version to your name,
call yourself Shay.
My opinion is more valid than Marzana.
Wait a minute. Did you just hear what he said?
No, I didn't, and I don't want to hear
it. He said, "Call yourself Shay."
Fuck no!
Oh, perfect. Just fucking perfect.
No.
Bugs Bunny did it. It was just fine.
Listen, that retard blocked me. So if he wants to talk shit, he has to unblock me.
He blocked you? What a puss!
Yeah.
What a fucking pussy!
I blocked everybody.
Well, all of them.
But my point is that not enough people are speaking up, right? And then, as I said, they just get drowned out by the masses of the same people. Spamming
the retards.
Yes. And there's not. That's why I enjoy shit like this, is because we can actually have a discussion and nobody's gonna fucking go off the handle about the culture war. Well, let me rephrase that. Bring in the culture war stuff to where there's no substance, right? If you just get into a back and forth where there's the actual root of the issue isn't being talked about, then nothing ever gets done. And I think that's happening with GW right now. Right now, the culture war is here. Plain and simple. As of yesterday.
What cracks me up with these artards is how they automatically dismiss what we say as unimportant, but somehow everything they say is. And it's like, okay, but why is whatever you have to say more important than what the rest of us have to say?
Because they were raised on stories like Harry Potter, where the chosen one is inherently superior. They believe that as long as you try, that you will succeed. From their worldview, they are the heroes and we are the villains, and thus what we do is inconsequential compared to their glorious victory that is destined to occur. Because
everybody's been raised on that story. Like everybody's on the hero trope.
But we grew up and realized that it was just a story.
Listen, I grew up.
That is.
Listen,
Metro.
I grew up with Harry. I grew up reading Harry Potter. That was my introduction into effectively reading. Because before that, I hated reading. After that, after the first book, I was always reading. There was always a book in my hand, and I didn't turn out
fucking nerd
as a bitch. Like them, I didn't turn out as I'm the center of attention. I am the most important in every room I go to.
And you just hit on the exact answer to CDAT's question. It's narcissism.
Yeah, yeah, it does seem like it.
Well, it's now that everybody thinks that their opinion matters. When back then, we were always told, your opinion doesn't matter. And now
opinions are like assholes.
Now it's like, okay, if I say this, then it comes to pass. I'm going to get what I want. If I say it enough times and I say it loud enough and I speak over everybody and, treat them like shit, then I get what I want. That's
or if I type in caps lock.
Yeah.
I guess being old, I just don't.
No, I agree.
If I speak loud enough, you're going to get punched in the fucking mouth.
I said that the other day, is that a lot of this shit is, people raised by the internet.
Yeah, no shit.
And if they're faced with actual reality, the threat of violence, like a lot of these people say out and that they're going to do if they ever meet a fucking bigot in real life or a Nazi in real life, I'm going to hit him with my steel-toed shoes. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You can try it.
Especially in Texas, you're going to get fucking shot. That's what's going to happen.
I mean, hell, I haven't been in a good fight in a while. Go for it.
Okay, just a heads up.
Would that really be a good fight?
Probably not. Not really. Oh. Yeah, that's a good point.
No, it would be the exercise piece where it's like you're punching the little ball really fast. It'd basically just be that.
Punching him in the balls really.
That's not even it. It's like you see all these fucking reality streamers, prank streamers doing this extreme shit in cities where they get away with it. You try pulling that in a couple other states and your streaming career is over.
Yeah, well, what is this? The knockout game? Bring that shit down to Florida. I fucking dare you.
They get away with it because they're walking around with an entourage of hired security. That's why they get away with it. Every single one of them has got 6 guys ready to jump in as soon as shit goes sideways.
Well, I've seen some videos where they
in a fucking open carry state.
No.
Well, no. I've even seen videos where they do have like the security, and they are in those urban areas, and they do they'll do it to the wrong person. They get fucking decked, and then all their little buddies that were there to help them just start walking back slow because they pissed off the wrong motherfucker.
But that's
it's really satisfying.
That's that internet culture, though, of I can sit here and say whatever the fuck I want behind a keyboard, and then they try and do this shit outside of there. It doesn't work. That's not reality. The internet is not real life.
It was at this point he'd realized he had fucked up.
Yeah, that's why I laugh whenever you have all these people that are like, "Oh, well, if I ever see you in reality, I'm going to break your minis." And no, you're not.
Okay, you can break a couple of minis, but then I'm going to break your face. And listen.
Yeah, you can't do that, Metro, because that means you value your stuff more than a person.
I value stuff too.
Yes, my stuff.
Hell yeah, we do.
I value a steak cheese sandwich more than I value these people.
I even say that about my pets. I don't know you. I don't give a fuck about you.
No tomato. Turkey sandwich and more tomato has more value to me than these people.
I'm down with that sentiment.
Yeah. I mean, it does it to me. Let me be around Badger's family. He's not there, and somebody starts some fuck games. I'd be like, hey, brother, what? You need to come get me out of jail. All right, that's cool. Because
you know, with all the shit we're saying, has anybody checked if we're being stream sniped?
It's whatever.
I mean, I don't care. Look, we've already got
you demonetized. We're good.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. It's just because.
Listen, the cost of this video blow up. So what comes in from there will be compensated from here.
Marzana's clip will get like 6 million views in a day.
Oh, that's the first thing I'm gonna fucking do when we get done.
Turn that into a short.
I'm gonna go back.
Turn that little rant into a short. Just turn it into a short.
YouTube short would be perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry,
what does a real woman?
I'm apologizing in advance for the.
What does a real woman think of this situation?
Yeah, no. Marzana hit 1K Twitter followers recently. She's gonna hit 6K.
Oh, congratulations! Congratulations!
1K. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I got nuked off the planet before I got that far. So congratulations.
I honestly don't know how it happened.
It's because you're a girl. It's just because you're a girl.
Yeah, probably.
It's literally that's the reason. Based woman. That's the answer.
They think you're a girl. That's what it is.
I have bobs.
Exactly, bobs.
Have you checked to see how many of those are porn bots?
Hey, yay!
I try to go through and get rid of them, but at this point, there's too many for me to go through individually. But when I see them, I delete them.
You be nice to my porn bots. That's the only thing I had for a while.
This is all I have, Elon. Don't get rid of them.
Oh my god, man!
Like, no, dude. You know how many people I saw saying that whenever he was like, "I'm getting rid of the bots." They're like, "Shit, that's like half my following."
My God, I probably only had 500 real followers. The rest was porn bots.
So I remember people ranting about that, and I checked my follower count. It went up after he got rid of my old account. It went up after one of those bot purges because people were complaining about it, and it went from 330 to 350 or something like that. It was funny.
You got new ones.
Yeah, there's always more porn bots.
It was just like, did y'all see the one that probably not see that because CDAT's not allowed to ever touch a social media platform anymore.
Exactly.
But there was one that it was like a Warhammer post. It was on a Warhammer post, and it had a little answer to fucking whatever the post was about. It was like, oh, the this, that, and the other are fighting the thing. That's so exciting. And then you click on it, it's like porn bot. Like, whoa! They're learning. Now they learned about Age of Sigmar.
The bots will adapt and evolve, and we're all going to die. The age of humanity will be heralded by porn bots, and our special successors will remember that we died because we let the bots understand pornography.
I just found it ironic it was an Age of Sigmar post. I'm just saying.
I mean, that is basically
a porn bot.
Did you say Age of Sigma?
Smegma?
I'm not answering that.
Age of Sigma?
I already saw where he was going. I'm not going there. Yeah, I wish we had more to talk about that wasn't this. This sucks.
I mean, apart from real world, yeah, there's really not a lot of...
Talk about the way GW is their supply chain after what they just did to all the box sets.
Look, I give them another year.
Wait, Noble Shoot is saying AOS is cool. Okay, come on, pig pile. Let's go.
It's AOS is fine, just managed badly in the tabletop perspective. In the novel perspective, it's okay. It's actually got some pretty good stories. It's just the tabletop doesn't take advantage of the setting very well.
What he said. Yeah.
Fucking nerd.
I have my own
I
feelings.
mean, the minis
about
are
it.
awesome. I collect the vampires and the soul blights, and they're pretty freaking rad to me.
They,
But I don't play
like,
the
don't get me wrong. The models they make are cool, but the actual representation of the lore on the tabletop is not very good because like you have effectively infinite space to do things, and it's canon that the further out you go into these worlds, the more magical things are. So why can't I, with my basic human faction, maybe spend some extra points to upgrade my greatsword dudes with living metal greatswords if they're from the plane of metal? Why can't I do that? That would be really fucking cool. The books kind of touch on concepts like that a little bit, but the actual tabletop doesn't, and it's an amazing opportunity for kit bashing with rules like that. It'd be really freaking cool.
What's kit bashing?
Very perturbed. Sorry, Badger.
What's kit bashing?
Basically like taking different like pieces and then making your own
He
mini.
knows
Like you
what
have your
kit
basic.
bashing is.
Oh,
Just kidding, dude. I'm fucking around.
3D printer go burn.
I am an idiot. I'm an idiot. I apologize.
No, I fucking set you up for that, dude.
I do know you're older than me, so I didn't know if like it was a different piece of terminology. Like
No, I'm not that old, but yeah.
Like,
so
gosh, kidding.
So Winter Joel asked, "How's the GW stock after the fiasco?" I actually have it pulled up. It's it was a hell of a fucking dip.
Fucking hurting.
Like it dumped. Now, mind you, this is not some new thing for GW stock, but it took a nosedive right after that.
How much of it did BlackRock? How much of it did BlackRock and Vanguard buy up afterwards?
I mean, they are the second and third largest investors in Games Workshop, so.
But maybe what's going on is there's a few people in the actual company trying to, you know, like what people do on the West Coast in their cities. You know, they're devaluing the actual value of the company so that BlackRock and Vanguard can come in, buy it all, and then they can, you know, make it good.
Well, we just saw that with Bud Light and Target. You know, so.
Yeah, exactly. Or like what's happening in places like LA, like they intentionally make everything shitty, and then all the rich people buy up everything, and then they fix things after the poor people no longer have homes. So sad.
Smart business model. You know, you can afford to do that.
It's fucking.
I didn't say it was good.
Genius.
I didn't say it was good, but it is. You know,
well, I mean,
take everything to the fucking dirt and then buy it all up and then start all over again.
Not everything ethical is smart.
Yeah. Also, from what perspective is it not good? I mean, for instance, if you believe that the plebeians are not deserving of rights and that by depriving them of pursuit of happiness and property, you are returning them to their rightful place in the dirt, you're doing a good thing, arguably, because you're removing their need to think.
I'm just saying, we'll all be eating bugs by tomorrow.
Oh, fuck that noise. No, I'm going long pork well before I start eating bugs.
Yeah, I have chickens.
I've already got... Yeah, or that. That's also a viable option. But I mean, I've been told numerous times I've got like the resting serial killer face. Might as well take advantage of that if the world goes to shit.
You got to put on your helmet and your Roman axe. There we go.
Oh no, okay.
Just be sure to wear that grin. Just be sure to wear that grin.
I mean, listen. If you put on glasses, in time there will be a Netflix documentary about you, and then women will find you hot. No, glasses, not sunglasses. Oh. Jeffrey Dahmer glasses.
You're the third person to compare me to Dahmer in my life, and I hate it.
Well, you go about long pork. I agree with you. I will eat that before I eat bugs, but I have my glasses. So in that I will be vindicated.
You look like Wilson Fisk, though. You can get
make you feel
criminal organization. Oh, Pug, sorry.
Would it make you feel any better if we called you Donner?
No. Please refrain from doing that.
We'll just start calling him Jeffy.
Please also refrain from doing that.
But, yeah. God, this whole weekend was shit.
Maybe a new Twitter name, Umbral Dominers, come into play.
That would be fucking funny.
For the love of God, no. I mean, I'd say we could talk about the Fallout show. Oh, sorry, Pug.
To be honest, Umbral Donner as a name goes hard.
I'm doing it.
I was debating if I wanted to talk about the Iran airstrikes, but I feel like that would be overshadowed by female Custodes.
Well, all I can say is good luck on that draft, kids. All I'm going to say, good luck on the draft, kids.
I hope we don't get involved before I'm able to commit to the officer program. That'd be nice, so I don't get stuck with the stupid shit.
Oh no!
I know the first fight's going to be the Manassas. I know the first fight is going to go horribly, and I don't want to be the one being stuck.
I just find it amazing all the people that want the fight are usually the ones that never seem to participate in the fight. But
that's human history.
So, maybe you'll meet your card in there.
How long before certain people start calling, the first fight in Iran Klendathu?
I mean,
well, you're gonna do that comparison, the whole bug comparison.
My stepson got deployed maybe a week ago, and the first thing he said, he's like, "I'm not going anywhere with sand, so don't worry." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
I hope it stays that. I hope it stays that way.
Yeah,
I'm currently reading this right now, and it really makes me want to avoid anywhere that did not go through an industrial revolution. You're just
wait. Weren't we told the last guy that was in office was going to get us in a war in Iran?
Yep.
That's right.
He ended more war. He did not start a single war. He ended more wars than have started under Biden.
Yeah, that's
like the shit involving the Houthi rebels and the Saudis. He was working to fix that. The conflicts involving Israel and everyone around them, he was fixing that. Under Bush and Obama, Putin gobbled up chunks of Eastern Europe and the Caucasus, depending on where you want to put Georgia. Didn't happen under Trump. China was not as uppity involving Taiwan. North Korea stood the fuck down.
China.
Trump. Yet he was the rock.
I missed the way he says China.
I missed that too.
China.
I'm the only one who could say it that way. I mean, no one else is better at saying it than
me. He's back. He's back.
We literally mock the flag. That's what's so funny when they try to get you're mad. I'm like, dude, we make fun of him. I mean, we literally.
I mean, you guys are talking about these female Chuck Toads or Custodes, whatever they are, freaking Chuck Toads. Fem chodes. Take your
Fem chode. There's a new name. There's a fucking new name.
I've been spreading it all over the internet.
Fem chodes.
Garrett.
Merzan is the fem chode.
I don't know.
Don't say that too much, or they'll start drawing pictures.
I don't know if y'all follow Brandon Herrera. The only reason AK Jesus.
Oh yeah, I do.
Well, I love his sense of humor. Yeah, he's running for Congress in Texas, right? And
how's it going?
And he has been bodying Tony Gonzalez here in Texas. Like every time Tony's press release team tries to say something, he gets fucking nuked into oblivion. And
I know, it's funnier than shit.
But he made a post the other day, today or yesterday, last night, somewhere around there, where he was saying, "I miss the guy that didn't start any wars and said mean things." And one of the first people under there was fucking Mudahar. If y'all know who Mudahar is, that's
unfortunately
some ordinary gamers was the first one under there going same. And I saw that and went, "What the fuck? Wait, have we reached that point where it's like
who's Alfarius?
One of the first people under.
Wait, is this Alfarius or is this Alfarius?
I am Alfarius.
No, I am.
I can't hear a thing he's saying, so
I could hear me.
Yeah, I could. But every time Alfarius, every time you key up, I just hear.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, sorry, bud.
Or woman.
I can hear. I can hear that you're talking, but
well, I can hear I can literally hear the delay caused by the stream.
Yeah, I just heard Metro say I am Alfarius, and I was just like, yeah. Oh, we're playing 4D chess right now.
Hey, Metro, aren't you a con? Aren't you one of the cons boys? In Hungarian? Because you're Hungarian?
Wait,
what?
Is that racist?
What is racist?
I don't know. Is racist?
Calling you like a con? Like Jagada, like one of Jagada Khan's kids?
Are you trying to call him Mongolian?
Goddamn Mongolians! Oh, hello, Mongolians!
General Step Tribe. General Step Tribe.
Who are you shaking your head for, man?
Well, here the Mongols didn't do much, as much raping as they did the killing, and maybe.
No, I'm not talking about the Mongols. I'm talking the Magyar Confederacy, the guys that were like that made Hungaria.
Yes.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. That was a steppe tribe, right?
Yes.
Oh no! What are you doing,
on the Urals? Oh fuck!
You're not my real tribe. You're my step tribe.
God damn it!
Don't touch me, there, step tribe.
Every fucking Russian prince ever, just like, please don't touch me, there, step tribe.
Oh my god, this is just.
I'm just sitting here waiting to see if Alfarius fixes their mic. Because he and I had a very good conversation when I was power washing a rhino.
Land Raider.
Yes.
Oh,
there he is.
Oh, we can hear you.
Wait, you were playing the power wash game?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny. It's like NTR. It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny.
Not that kind of funny.
Since when is NTR funny?
When it's not happening to me.
I'm waiting to hear. We heard you. I'm waiting off Arius. I'm waiting for the Custodes talk.
Well, I mean, you guys have been at it for like an hour and a half. I just thought I'd slide in here and just see how the ground works.
We need another opinion. We want to hear it. I want to hear all the opinions.
Okay. Well, give me a TLDR of the lay of the land, right? What's everybody's go with it?
It was lazy, and they shouldn't have done it.
No, I said it's too early to doom post.
Okay, Minnie said too early. Everyone else said lazy.
I said it's the frog being boiled, and the real sign of everything going to shit was female Bretonnian knights. That was my take.
And I think it's a test to see how it reacts. So, which kind of plays right into the frog boil thing. So,
I think that's probably fairly close to the truth. I think the announcement from Warhammer Community or Warhammer Official or whatever.
Holy shit!
What do you mean, bro? They've always been there, bro. Yeah, I thought that was just the most retarded thing I've ever heard.
Same.
Do I think that female custodians are a bad thing? Probably not. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm never going to buy them, probably never going to play them. So what difference does it make to me? The line in the sand, I will draw a line in the sand and they will go no further, is female Space Marines, right? Because that's just, I would be very upset with that one. But I mean, yeah, female custodians, probably not that big of a deal. I mean, they are all individually wrapped, right? They're all individually made. They're all works of art, according to the Emperor. So,
yeah,
true. It's a completely different process. So it's a little more easily acceptable. And if it turns out that this is the, hey fellas, we've given you girls and Custodes, can you shut up about the Space Marines now, please? If it turns out to be that, I'm okay with it.
But they never will. They will never fucking shut up.
Yeah, they'll just view it as a step in the right direction, and they need to push harder.
Oh no, I don't doubt what you're saying at all. Because
they're already saying that, so there's you don't have to doubt it.
They caved. Push harder.
That's what the woke hardliners do. They are never happy. Never.
Well,
they're never happy with what they've got. They always want more. Always.
And that's why you can't give them this step in the ground, because the argument is, oh well, if we it doesn't affect me yet. That's like, and I'm using a fictional example because it's fresh in my mind, but that's like the King of Redania going, look, Nilfgaard just took Lyria and Rivia. It's not a big deal. It's not like they're on my borders yet. It's not like they're pushing on Temeria. It's not like they're bothering me. By the time that they actually get to Fem Marines, if you have not stopped them at Fem Bretonnian Knights, which we've let them get past that, it's not going to matter, because once they introduce female Space Marines, the door's been opened so freaking wide, you can't push back. It doesn't really matter. Conciliation just always leads to more demands.
Well, I mean, they're getting money from an outside source. Let's be honest.
Well, there's that as well. So it's not like we can really do anything.
It's not the female players, for the most part, that are pushing this. There's a couple.
No, it's not.
Most of the people I know that are women that are in this hobby do not want to push for Fem Marines. It's a certain subset of guys who are into that, as that's what they're into, and they want to push that because they want to put their proclivities into the game. And it
wouldn't be more feminist, would it?
Weak men.
They want to put their dicks in the game.
And trans
exactly. I mean, I can't. My kids are right upstairs, so I can't yell.
I don't want some guy with tits bolted on. I'm sorry.
I mean, to be fair, I can see a paid boy trying that with orcs, but
I saw Counterpoints had the same opinion of, well, if this is what gets them to back off, then I'm cool with it. And it's like, that would be nice in a perfect world where it's like, all right, we'll accept this concession and move on. But
they won't.
That's not what happens on the
that's not how they work.
Yeah, but it's always the same argument, isn't it? Right? It's always the same argument. Decade. It always comes down, like you can set your watch to it, right? The points that they make in their argument. It always comes down to, it's a fictional universe, bro. I mean, if you're going to accept this, and this, then why does it matter that these are this way? It's always the same fucking argument.
Yeah, we had a shit bird in the chat trying to pull that shit. So,
I mean, if it doesn't matter, then why the fuck does it matter? Why do you need them?
Yeah, why do you need this so bad?
That much, then why do you need them?
Well, that's another reason people
really matters.
People are so mad, and then I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, carry on. I'll remember here in a minute.
Old age.
Yeah.
I tell you what. Here's my way of thinking.
Oh,
GW has been planning female Space Marines for at least a decade. At least a decade.
Well, Grumpy,
when they released that information about how one of the I can't remember which one it is, right? The Purged or the Lost or whatever, right? One of the missing Primarchs is imprisoned in the dungeons of the Imperial Palace. It's the female one, right?
Oh, God.
They just kept her on ice, so they're gonna bring her back. And that's the only way, because a female gene seed can make female Space Marines. There you go. You've got your female Space Marines.
I like the way he says decade. It sounds like he's saying dickhead.
But no, I remember what I was going to say is that a lot of this boils down to the lore. Because now you have all these people saying that the lore doesn't matter, that we're saying that, and getting just fucking obliterated by the fandom, now being justified. Now they're going, see, I told you, lore doesn't matter. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Okay.
Oh, but you got the flip side of that coin too. Now that GW's confirmed the law, it's like, well, but the law can't be broken, bro.
The lore matters when the lore matters to them.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. And that's like a Grumpy Grognard Gaming said in the chat. It only goes one way from here. You either live with it or quit and just enjoy the old stuff, or, you know, you see a lot of people doing that. We've already said the only way to fix this is to, if you don't like it, don't buy it.
Well, you know, Azrael had the perfect meme on his Twitter feed, and it was like the Soy Jack going, "Oh, ignore the lore," you know, and then it's got the the Chud going, "Okay,
no, not that way.
No, not that way." So yeah,
but it's to me, it's more sad than anything. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about this whole thing at all. As much as they want to sit there and coat post that I'm, seething and mauling and whatever the fuck, I'm not. It just goes to show you that the company has gotten to the point where they care less about their established, setting and fan base and more about money. And that's every company now. We know this. This is not something new. Games Workshop is not immune to big bucks.
Yeah, this is not the first company that's been destroyed.
They're trying to get new customers because Wheezy keeps making videos about how his special edition books are out of print as soon as they go on sale.
Yep. Well, it's funny. They don't seem to be having that problem anymore ever since the last time.
Right.
But then again, people like me that were buying everything up aren't buying everything up anymore. Especially the books.
And a lot of us, this is hardly the first hobby that's went down shit hill.
Yep.
So
and
I've been watching this happen for the last quarter century.
Exactly. Same here. I've been like, okay.
Yeah. It's bad when I'm in a group of hardcore fucking book collectors that are going, I'm selling off my entire collection. And I've seen many of those listings now. And people are fed up with it. So what are you going to do? You're going to sell off all their shit? The money's going to go out the window. And one of two things is going to happen. Either going to keep heading in that direction, like all these other big companies, until they drive it into the ground, or they'll course correct and try and gain those people back. So,
or they'll get bought up or they'll get bought up and blended up into the gray sludge that is just everything else. Like it'll basically just serve to be a Fortnite skin at this point.
Yep.
It'll be kept alive because it is a Fortnite skin.
Well, if anybody's getting rid of any unpainted minis from the pile of shame, I'm taking donations.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting rid of my pile of shame because, frankly, I can use that for things I actually like D&D.
Well, I don't want to get rid of my stuff either. Like this, all these people say I'm going to sell off all my stuff, this, that, and the other. No, I'm just going to. I'm just going to read what I have.
Pay for it. You've already bought it. Like keep it. Like if you hate Nike, you got like a really good Nike shirt, but you hate the fact that Nike uses child labor in countries like China where they allow slave labor. Burn the shirt. Don't throw the shirt away. If it's a good shirt, because you've already bought the shirt. Yeah. You're not doing anything. It's like those dumbasses who bought J.K. Rowling's books and then rebound them to get rid of her name. Cool.
That was fucking hilarious. That was fucking hilarious when they did that shit.
It's hilarious. She's already got the fucking money. It doesn't matter. You already gave Games Workshop all the money for your collection, all the money for your pile of shame, all the money for your paints, your brushes. Getting rid of it just virtue signals. And the company does not care because at the end of the day, a company exists to accrue capital. It doesn't care.
Yep.
If you stop buying their stuff, then it might care.
I already said it. I still love 40K as a whole. And I know people are disenfranchised now, but nobody's saying that you have to go forward with this new shit. You can stop right here and enjoy what you got. That's it. Because if you can go ahead.
Sorry. So, or you can do what I am doing, and you can actively hurt their bottom line.
Yeah,
because I have
you have to buy anything.
Because I have a fuckload of books in in save files, I have a fuckload of audiobooks that are unavailable right now in save format, and I am ready and willing to share to hurt this fucking company.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
your sacrifice, bro.
like when I gave my grandson, here's a Kindle fully loaded with 165 Games Workshop books. Didn't have to pay for them again. Just here you go, bud. You know.
Yeah.
So and I shared out a complete Horus Heresy file, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
All the books.
Like it would hurt me to sell off my Horus Heresy collection. It took me years to get the full 54 book set in the format that I wanted. For me to turn around and be like, fuck you guys, I'm going to sell this. It doesn't do me any good.
If you do decide to do that, I call dibs on Angron's Primarch novel.
If I do that, I'm going to sell it as a complete set for $5,000, $10,000, however much the fan base that's left is willing to pay for it. Which is probably not that much.
I'm safe. Well, I mean, you'd be okay. The fan base are socialists. Socialists don't believe in money, so you could probably get it for a half-hearted hand job from Shane.
I'm sorry.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Did you have to? I mean, come on. Can we just talk about? I mean, we've all seen some pretty gross shit. Can we stick with that instead, please?
I mean, listen, at this point, just link the live leak, okay? Just link the live leak.
Ugh.
Look,
I mean,
there's a lot
Chinese industrial accidents happen.
There's a lot of knee-jerking going on from both sides right now. And you got the one side that's celebrating this like it's a big win, and then you have the side that's saying, I quit. And honestly, I could care less about either one of them at this point.
Well, one side's doing a lot of jerking over this. But.
Yeah, I know.
Well, there's that. Yeah,
I know, but and I think that goes for a lot of people, though. The ones that aren't just quote unquote tourists. Those of us that have been in the hobby for so long, and they're just like, I'm done with the culture war bullshit and GW as a whole. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where I'm at. Like, they're talking about new releases and new releases and new releases, and I'm just like, I don't care. The only thing
I'm technically... I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, the only thing I'm excited about right now is a Horus Joy Toy. That's it.
That sounds wrong.
Listen easy. I wanted to do a Solar Auxiliary Army. I'm not going to. I wanted to expand my meager collection of Custodes for 30k. I'm not going to.
Yeah, and I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. If
I really wanted the Night Lord's kill team, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yes, and the other thing is, after every big release, because these FOMO releases that they are doing week over week are not big releases. But after every release in, I don't know, 3 months, or not 3 months, but at the end of the month, you will find it on eBay. And end over end, month over month, you will find it cheaper. Yep. Because the audience they are cultivating lacks self-discipline and lacks self-control. And when they see the new shiny, they buy it, even though, for example, they don't have money to pay the rent or buy food at the end of the month. And when that comes, they are scrambling, and they are selling off what they have, still in its box, still in plastic, for half a price.
Yeah. Well, my point is that the excitement has just been sucked out of it at this point.
Right.
Like, there's no.
Right.
You still have your FOMO buyers that they see something's limited and they're going to buy it all up. And at this point, a lot of them are scalpers. But I think that's the overall sentiment, at least from the collector's side of, all right, I'm done. Like, I don't I don't care. Not even that I'm done. I just don't care.
But what is coming that is generating buzz? Because from the announcement, the only thing I've seen that generates buzz the past month or so ago, from a month or so ago, was the Steve Lyons Krieg novel.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Yeah. Yep. That
the
Morven Val was the other one that I was waiting for, but
yeah, I was just going to say on the book collecting, I know I only do them Kindle, but you know what? I'll just borrow them going forward. I'm not going to pay any cash.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, but for me, like I saw the little Horace Axeman 30K figure. I don't play 30K, but cheesy crazy. I want that figure, and I still get the magic is still alive within me. I may know there's not a Santa Claus, but I still believe.
Derek, if you wait after release a month or so, I think I can link you to a website where you can order it for less than what GW pays, what you'd have to pay for GW, and the quality is better.
Okay. Send me that link and I will try it.
BRB.
Just wait.
I'm open to being wooed. I'm not soapboxing for GW or what they're doing. I'm just saying that I still love the stories. I still love the minis. I still like taking part in that. And I know that there's the independent, the third party market out there. I've looked at the Great Tide Studios, Dark Angel stuff. I've looked at STL printers that do Night Lord stuff, and there's some really, really highly detailed, highly sculpted miniatures out there. And I'm not knocking it at all, but I still. It's like there are people that drink Coke, right? You drink Coke, you know soda's poison, you know it's killing you, you know it's making you fat, you know it's making you tired, you know it's draining everything from you. You know that you can buy a 2 liter for the same price as you can buy a 20 ounce, but you still buy the 20 ounce anyway. But you still keep drinking the product. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where I am.
I'm not going to stop reading the books. But it's going to be like, for example, I wanted to collect all the Drizzt Do'Urden books. Now, I mean, I'm going back to the beginning. Well, I'm not going to get
before or after the Thousand Orcs, because the Thousand Orcs was pretty bad.
I'm talking about literally from book 1 all the way to book whatever the fuck they're at now, 56 or something. Okay. But I want to have them. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not giving Wizards of the Coast a fucking dime.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I had that this weekend, because I play Magic on and off, but I probably buy I'll buy heavy into a block every 6, 7, 8 years, right? And Thunder Junction released this weekend, and there ain't nothing I love more than cowboys and fantasy. So, I talk frequently about like Savage Worlds and Deadlands, Doomtown, and stuff like that. They got the Outlaw set now in Magic, and I'm like, oh man, like I was their mark, but they Wizard of the Coast have really lost me.
Oh, thank you. You just gave me an idea for a topic we could discuss that we haven't touched on. How about that Fallout show? Nobody? Come on. There's got to be one Fallout fucking nerd in this bunch.
I mean, I'm a Fallout nerd. I haven't watched the show. I stopped watching television adaptations. Even when the mythical Kville 40K comes out, it's probably going to be 6 months before I watch it.
You were going to say, Marzana?
There's things that I like and there's things that I don't. For one thing, I know they say it's canon. It's not canon because I don't like how the ghouls have to take medicine or they go feral. Getting into spoilers, I like how they started out with a female that has traditional, wants things that a woman would want. Getting married, having kids, whatever. That's nice.
Boning a guy 5 minutes after you meet him, yeah.
I mean, okay, that's an arranged marriage, and it makes sense within the world that she lives in. But
I know.
as a woman, you don't generally see female characters that want womanly things anymore.
True, very true.
Just like men. So that was nice. It was nice to see a woman a realistic fight between a woman and a man, because I was in martial arts. I've had to spar with guys, and I know the strength difference. So it was nice to see it realistically portrayed.
Yeah, she got bodied around pretty bad.
You mean it wasn't
pretty much
guys on one girl and the guys were all just waiting patiently for her to move to the next one? Is that what you mean?
I didn't get that far.
No.
I haven't watched the whole thing.
No, there's
the first couple episodes.
There's even one point where she
fight between men and women, right? And I just, every time someone brings that up, I immediately go back to the latest rendition of Charlie's Angels, where Kristen Stewart is fighting 6 big burly, bodyguards all at once, right? But they just wait patiently in line for her to get to the next one.
I hate that so much.
Yes.
And
there's one point. Well, to accentuate this point, later in the season, there's a point where she sets off an alarm, and she's actually the aggressor in this situation. She throws acid in one guy's face, goes to leave. A couple of guards have responded. She shoves one of them aside. One of them kind of gets a hold of her. She shoves him aside, but more guards show up, and she's overwhelmed at that point, and she gets captured. And that it was like, yeah, that's how fast it happens.
Well, yeah, and like I said, I'm very much a normie, and that's why I've been asking people, because I'm a fucking normie about this.
All things combined, I would give the Fallout season 1 of the Fallout series a hard okay. There's some things I don't like. There's some things I don't like about it, but it seems like they're going somewhere with it. But
okay, fair.
From Amazon's track record, that's not necessarily a good thing.
Yeah, I was going to say cock rings of power, as I call it.
Halo.
Yeah, Halo.
Remember, look, they hate you. The makers and owners of the IP of Fallout hate every single person that's a Fallout fan for the simple fact that New Vegas was a throwaway game and it's everybody's fucking favorite. So they spite you because Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember if it was Badger or somebody else was telling me that. It says, they're pretty much pissed. How dare you like New Vegas?
Yeah, it was basically just like a throwaway title because they were trying to buy time, and it's probably their best game out of all their catalogs.
Yeah,
get ready to hate me. I never finished New Vegas. Tried it, but
Metro,
we already hate you. We already fucking hate you.
Okay, so just production value wise, my biggest complaint is, and I've watched the whole first season, is that it's trying to look like Fallout, but it almost falls into like an uncanny valley kind of thing. And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. The visual aesthetic of Fallout doesn't really jive with high definition.
No, true.
And that's why it kind of looks wrong.
My biggest problem is that armor, and I keep coming back to that, looks so shitty and cheap. It looks like the guy's wearing a padded suit with a little bit of metal kind of formed around it.
It looks like because the suits are roughly the same size. If I remember right, Fallout Power Armor is a little smaller, but it looks almost like watching somebody walk around in a convention with a life-size Space Marine cosplay.
Yeah, there's no weight to it. I mean, they try to give you the impression that there's weight with thud, 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 and the way they kind of lumber. But you could just tell if you've ever worn heavy gear or body armor or anything like that, there's a certain way you carry yourself. Yeah, that you've got that. Even if there's an amplification system, it's still going to. And the guy's like spinning around and kicking, and I'm like, dude, that ain't a fucking half ton of steel strapped to your ass. Okay.
No, I mean, even with, armor that carries its own weight, like power armor supposedly does, there's still kind of a delay, because that mass has to be moved.
Right.
So, but once you get it going, it will go fast.
Oh, it will, but then you have to stop it.
Yeah.
An object at rest and all that.
Yeah. So the shots you were seeing of him doing those big swings and stuff, there is a way to control big swings and whatnot, but that would be more of what you're seeing with people fighting in power armor. You're not going to see them doing stuff like, boxing or martial arts punches.
And apparently it flying just irritates the living fuck out of the diehard fans, the way it flies. Apparently is quite broken compared to the games themselves.
Yeah, so some models of Fallout Power Armor have jump jets. They can, they're basically short boost rockets that can allow them to fly over small obstacles, but they can't outright fly.
I think it was Badger said it looks like a fucking balloon. It's like a balloon on a string is the way it looks.
Yeah, they could have done a better job with they could have done a better job I don't know what you would call it, how they did it, if they actually had some asshole on wires jerking it around, or if they CGI'd it, or a combination of both.
It probably would have if the picture was grainy, and the audio was lo-fi.
Oh, I'm waiting for somebody to put clips of this into 1950s black and white television stock, because that would be perfect for Fallout.
Jack Mosibik just last week, he put up an AI generated commercial for a Lord of the Rings movie that was never made, created in Panavision, and I want everything made in Panavision at this point. It was such a wonderful medium, such a golden age of the silver screen. We'll never get it back because everything is so high definition. Movies that should look real, they look so real. It looks like they're in front of CGI, and it's so disenchanting. Is how I feel. It's like that's why I have a hard time watching things like TV and movies anymore, because it's too the lines are too clean and everything's too crisp. It looks like you're on a set.
That's the problem. The only 3D movie I ever saw in theaters was Gravity, and that was my problem watching that. Was everything was so crisp and clear that I could see the film layers that were there to give the illusion of 3D. And yeah, it was just like, yeah, I'm unimpressed.
So, okay. Well, I appreciate all the input. I'm probably going to finish the first season just because I'm 3 episodes in, but
yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
If you're 3 episodes in, what you're seeing from the characters, as far as how they're written and whatnot, not in things that they do, but in how they're written, is pretty much going to continue the rest of the season.
Okay, so don't expect an improvement.
No. But I was just gonna put that in there. So.
Now for a sharp change, Vizzy starts ranting.
Oh, do y'all want to hear it?
Okay.
I am so fucking sick of these fucking paid shills for GW and everybody else that flip-flop back and forth on shit. And this is specifically directed to Valrak. Chapter Master Valrak.
Yeah.
Who did his video on fucking female Custodes knowing full well what was going to happen and then turned around and said, oh, I didn't know that was going to happen. I didn't realize that people were going to be so mad and they were going to be fighting in my comments. And I didn't think this would happen. You fucking knew, you disingenuous fat fuck. Don't sit there and try and say, I didn't know this was going to happen when that's your entire fucking YouTube business model.
Okay, we want that clip too, by the way.
I don't care. Dude, look, if that were to happen...
Bro, tell us how you really feel.
If that were to happen, right? If GW were to come to me and be like, we're going to pay you X amount of money to shill our shit, and you're not allowed to say anything negative ever, I would be like, no. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Oh, well, GW's bought into the whole, you must protect the IP that's worked out so well for so many other companies.
But my point is that he has been doing this for so fucking long that he knew exactly what kind of response he was going to get. A fucking dumpster fire. I knew I was going to get a fucking dumpster fire when I made my video about it. That's how you make money. But for him to go on there and try to feign ignorance and be like, oh, I didn't know this was going to happen. Yes, you fucking did. That's why we're here.
I gotta say, on your video, you were really even-handed. I mean, I watched your video earlier today. You were really even-handed and surprisingly calm.
Well, I was trying to be, and I am calm about this whole thing. It doesn't affect me one way or the other outside of my own personal feelings in terms of how I want to spend my money. But, like, I don't have any reason to start fucking schizo ranting about fucking female Custodes like everybody thinks that I'm doing, which I haven't been doing at all. I'm just pointing out other people. But
oh no, apparently we all are, right? We're all molding and seething. What a load of shit.
Yeah, it's
we're more disappointed than anything else. We're disappointed about the way it was fucking handled.
Exactly.
Same with Primera, right? We were disappointed with the way it was handled. We're not upset about it.
Yeah. And then, well, like Florian just said about Temple Institute crawling out from under the rocks. Yeah, I knew this was going to happen. I knew that this just gave ammo to all the fucking people that genuinely don't give a shit about the setting and everything else. For them to go, see? Like, these people, GW gave them the keys and said, you're vindicated, essentially.
Okay. Yep. So you've picked your side, GW. Be prepared for what happens.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you can do. But
I don't lay in it.
But none of these guys, and like I said, all these people that were reviewing this codex, nobody was fucking talking about it. Nobody. They would gloss over it, be like, oh, look, there's female names in there. Okay. And then they keep going. And this is all the people that are sponsored by GW.
What's that meme? Shock Pikachu? Yeah. Don't suddenly go, oh my God. Look, it's the results of our stupid actions.
And I find it incredibly ironic that it took a fucking Spanish podcast about 40K to kick this whole fucking thing off. Like, what the fuck?
I like that picture that somebody took with a potato, personally. That original picture of the page.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all we had for a while until, more and more people were like, all I could see was that other YouTuber that was flipping through the codex, and I saw the page and I was able to actually read it and go, oh, okay. So we're doing this now.
Yeah, I mean, they had to know what was going to happen.
I mean, in my opinion, and this is strictly my opinion, these people are, in some regard, the scum of the earth. Because
how do you really feel?
Well, I'm just getting into it because they are effectively doing it for GW for free because GW is not paying them. They are getting free shit. that GW can write off the books as marketing expense.
Yep.
True. Very true.
And they are the unpaid, spineless shills that are just sitting there hoping that by keeping good relations with the company, they can maintain their profile. They can maintain their access, and they can maintain their relevancy.
Yeah.
If they were in any regard true content creators, they were either they would be either paid, and they were upfront about it, that company paid me, this is the free shit I am reviewing, this is the review, or they were just going out and buying it with the rest of the fan base and then reviewing it. But then they wouldn't be the first. They wouldn't be they wouldn't have exclusivity.
Well, it's just like the games journalists.
They don't now anyway, though.
Yeah, the game journalists, they don't want to blow up their fucking exposure, their links to the gaming companies. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Alfaris.
No, you're good, man. You're good. I mean, I was just saying they don't have exclusivity now anyway, because there's over 200 content creators that get sent this free shit anyway. So what difference does it make? It's not like you're going to beat the game. It's not like you're going to beat everybody to it.
Yeah.
Because they all get sent to them 3 weeks in advance so that they can paint the models, so that they can do their videos. And as soon as it hits that time for pre-release, boom, they're all on there. There's 200 videos you can watch.
Yep.
It's all down to personal preference then. There's no exclusivity at all.
You fucking dickheads.
And that's, Pug brought up that I was even handed in my
I'm
video.
sorry, what? I'm fucking kids? What?
I said you fucking dickheads.
I flat out said at the beginning of that video that I'm going to take a measured approach to what is happening without, the quote unquote knee jerk reaction, right? Because you have these guys that are either A, not going to talk about it, or B, tiptoe around it and just be like, oh, well, whatever, right? Or then you have the actual people that give their opinions and go, hey, I don't really care, but this isn't really a great look. You know what I mean? And as long as there's people like that are giving their honest opinions about shit, then I think those are the people we should listen to, not the people that are fucking shilling shit just to do it.
But they're not going to give their honest opinion, because who they are sending these shit out is effectively sub-count nobodies.
How come I'm not in that list?
What list?
Because you have more than 100 Twitter followers, so you're too big.
True. That's true.
Yeah,
Derek, you don't finger paint your models, so that's the other problem.
I can guarantee you we're all on a list.
Oh, probably. Probably.
Yes, do not send shit.
Can we talk about something that is not GW related for a second?
Depends. What is it?
Oh, it's Marvel related.
Marvel?
Marvel.
Oh, go ahead. Let's hear it.
So Marvel in upcoming, or it may be released now. I think it comes out this week. Hulk number 11, because we got to keep rebooting franchises, has finally acknowledged and put into print the God of Christianity, known as the God of the Heavens, and he commands the choirs of angels, as he should, including Lucifer, Ghost Rider fame. But they listen to what they've done. So
is he the bad guy?
Well, I mean, yes and no.
Oh, great.
So here's the write-up. You ready? The Marvel Universe is full of gods and other assorted deities, and now the publisher has confirmed how the traditional conception of God fits into the equation. Over the years, fans have met extremely powerful beings, some of whom may fit the mold of God. In Incredible Hulk number 11, however, fans learn the God of Christianity is indeed part of the Marvel's pantheon. And Incredible Hulk number 11, written by Philip Kennedy Johnson and drawn by Danny Earls. The Jade Giant is fighting Frozen Charlotte, a former angel who is now collecting virtuous souls. Frozen Charlotte was once the love of Lucifer. Hold on, where'd it go? There was a blurb where they go, while a very powerful deity, the god of Christianity, here called the god of the heavens, is not on par with Galactus or one above all. I'm sorry, my god is one above all. Thank you.
Jesus Christ. Sorry. I know that's ironic. But
yeah.
Yes.
Look, Marvel's been cooked for a hot minute now. And I don't understand how they're still making money.
They were one of the first to fall.
I don't know that they are making money at this stage. You know, again, we have all of this outside influence investing at this stage.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's kind of like the automobile industry. You know, they just keep getting bailouts.
I mean, look, I know we all are fed up with the culture war shit, and at this point, I don't know what the next step is in this, because the people that want to win aren't going to give up because that's all they have, and the people that are pushing back against it are getting to the point where it's like, fuck, no matter what we do, shit just keeps going downhill anyway. I don't know. Maybe I'm just doom-pilled at this point when it comes to this shit. It's like, you know, at a point you get tired of arguing. It's like, all right, whatever.
But that's like Marzana said earlier. You know, it's a game of nudges, and eventually you grow weary. That was why so many people were voting against Trump that probably would have voted for him, was just the fatigue, and the fatigue was intentional, and that's the game. Yeah. You give up because you're fatigued. You just let it be over.
Yeah, he was dead on balls accurate.
Yep.
What's that?
Yuri Bezmenov.
Demoralization.
Yeah.
Just keep pushing and push, and then people just
ideological subversion.
Yeah, and you become
you're just up for it. You're just
apathetic. You become apathetic.
Yeah, that's a better word. It's like,
and that's the goal. That's what they want. They want you to get to that point where you become apathetic.
Because especially on social media, after a while, it's the same fucking people that are either already saying the same shit over and over again, or you get a whole new crop of idiots that are saying what the latter group was talking about already. And it's like, every now and again, you get a whole new wave of them.
Well, and that's when I really reflected on Twitter, and I'm like, I'm not missing it because it's the same stupid fight every time you turn around. It's the same dumb fight. It's the same stupid argument. Yeah.
It's always the same script.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's like, okay, fine. You can have it. Congratulations. There. You can rule over a pile of ashes.
And I feel, and I know we keep going back to the Custodes thing, but I feel like that's what just happened. Because
look, if they were so secure, they would release more than that one page. You know what I mean? Yeah. Warhammer official account would have done more than replied to a reply, a statement as incendiary is what they said.
Yeah, why no official announcement?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for an article on Warcom.
So it's very
refreshing. Nothing here.
Yeah, it's so. If there was anything of substance, it would have happened. If you buy the Custodes Combat Patrol, which I think Henry Cavill is the only one. It's like the Spice Girls, right? The 23 million Spice Girls albums have sold, but nobody owns one. We know Henry Cavill buys the Custodes, but that's it.
Well, it'd be interesting to hear what he has to say about this. Like, it'd be nice if he just went somewhere and was like, what the fuck? Yeah. But, you know, outside of somebody like him saying something like that, you know, it's just going to be people like us going, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just gonna. Yeah, but like I said, isn't this something to be proud of? Official announcements, fucking videos, all of their usual shills crowing about how amazing this is.
They only released that one little snippet. They didn't release the description of her. They didn't release what's next, where she doesn't actually say anything because she's a sister of silence. So,
little dick face in the comments, saying, "See, look at this, man. There's an entire novel about it. They're gonna make a video game." No, none of that.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. It's all too premature for both sides. Don't celebrate it. Don't doom post it. Wait till the book's in somebody legitimate's hand. Somebody that just and
my initial reaction was, okay, is this a mistranslation? Apparently, it's not. Apparently, it's not a mistranslation.
No, it's just custodian. But you know who else is a fucking custodian? The janitor. The janitor.
Then I'm like, okay, is custodian and custodes interchangeable? Well, if you go by the wikis, yes, it is. Okay, well, that's, I'm trying to go through this in a logical system. And I'm like, okay, but still, where's the official announcement? It doesn't matter what any of us think until that shit's on paper. And it's not.
I agree.
That's where I was saying.
Well,
the closest you get to that is the post on Twitter from Warhammer Community. That's the closest you get.
I still think it would be funny if, like you guys said, if this was a toe dip, right? And Unknown Vector put it in chat, and I was thinking it, and I thought I said it, was that I personally would also laugh my ass off if they just retract it. Yeah, and all these people that have been fucking gloating and talking shit and everything else just deflated like a fucking balloon.
Well, it would be on the level. It would be on the level of the Voten Codex that was FAQ'd and nerfed into the ground before it was released because it was that broken.
It would be incredibly funny, and it would be peak Games Workshop if they did that shit. I'm just saying, and I don't even give a damn, but I would still laugh my ass off if that happens.
It would be fucking hilarious at this stage.
I would enjoy the meltdowns that would occur from that.
Oh, what's the joke? The denial is not just a river in Egypt. Yeah, it would just be fucking hilarious at this stage.
But I don't know. This whole thing brought out the worst out of everybody. And I genuinely hope that there's somebody at the GW side looking at all this going, oh no. Get
the intern in here. What the fuck are you doing?
the rogue intern number 2.
Listen, if there is anybody that goes, what the fuck is going on? They already left the boat.
Probably.
Yeah, true. Very true.
I mean, right now I think the inmates are running the asylum.
Yeah, and again, it's like, okay, if this is what you're going to hook your ship to, fine. I mean, again, as we went over, we've seen this happen to multiple hobbies up to this point. So it's like, okay, if this is what you want, fine, but don't necessarily expect people to come back. Yeah. Do not count on that.
I mean,
you just said this has happened in multiple hobbies, and that's true. It has, but it's also happened in this hobby multiple times. Maybe
at this level, though,
to this extent,
it
has happened.
Oh yeah,
like I said, Primaris, the Firstborn debacle. I mean, Jesus, I don't know how long you've been playing, right? But I've been playing since about 1990, right? I mean, the huge kerfuffle over, when the law originally changed from Primarchs just being generals to actual fucking beings.
I'm that guy. I started playing.
Rush being a general.
Yeah. I'm that guy. I started playing when it was just Rogue Trader, and then I left and I came back for 10th. So I missed a lot of shit in the middle there.
The only edition I've missed is 7th, which apparently was a complete fucking dumpster fire.
And literally the only reason I came back to this is because I've watched every other hobby and thing that I grew up loving be, shit on. And I'm like, okay, well, there's Warhammer. I haven't played. I looked at it. I'm like, what is all of this? I guess it's changed a little bit in 30 some years.
Yeah, but I mean, the point that I'm trying to make here, though, the point that I'm trying to make, this shit has happened before. It's not something to lose your shit over. It really isn't. It is in the grand scheme of things. It is a small change. I know I'm not going to give up 30 years of hobbying just because of it. I think that kind of action is retarded.
Well, I think a lot of that is going to have to do with, those of us. I'm in the same boat. I'm not about ready to throw all my shit out. I got way too much of it. But if they're trying to cater to that specific group because reasons, whatever, we'll see how the numbers go. How many of those kits are going to sell?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's going to tell GW exactly whether, as we said before, more, or bye.
That's the thing. Those kits aren't going to sell. That's why they released them alongside the Orcs, which is probably the third best-selling, Xenos thing, behind Necrons, only because I was in the last edition. If it was strong enough to release solo, it would have, but it's not. That's why you get 3 models for 1,000 points of Custodes versus 30 Space Marines.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. I mean, every time I go into the store, I have never seen the Custodes section, which is tiny to begin with, ever empty. Militarum, I've seen empty. AdMech, I've seen empty. Chaos, I've seen empty. Space Marines, they got a whole fucking wall of them, so that's never fucking empty.
Yeah.
But I have always been able to walk in and buy Custodes.
My grandson literally didn't know who they were. He's like, Grandpa, who are those guys? I said, those are the Banana Boys. I said, those are the Banana Boys. And he's looking at me like, okay, the old man's flipped.
Oh, Cubans.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, see, Banana Boys means something different for me, so...
Well, could be that. Could be that too. Don't judge.
I mean, gay and a different country. So
I was gonna say something. Not because Alfarius is gay, but because somebody actually that dude that was in chat earlier.
The simp.
Yeah, it was basically like, oh, you guys are being homophobic. I was like,
we are
homophobic, transphobic, racist,
fucking women. We're all married. We hate women. Yeah,
I was like, I can keep adding all the things that a few of us find funny.
I mean, Rosanna's not even a real woman, so
we're not saying it because Alfarius is gay. We're saying it because Omegon's gay too.
Yeah.
Hey, man, no one's ever lonely in a foxhole, brother.
I think I will be. Yeah, I'm gonna be.
Yeah, this is. I don't know. I know we've beaten this to death, but it's like I feel like this is a wait and see thing. You know what I mean? I'm not about to start screaming at the top of my lungs. The only thing I don't like.
If you want to wait and see, just look at how Catalyst is doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They just did a Kickstarter and then mailed out shipping for hundreds of dollars. Yeah. Because they are they are doing that much, and because they are doing that good. And they don't have regular releases. Show. They are just doing Kickstarters.
Yeah, that's another shit show.
For the money.
Because BattleTech was another one of my big things back in the early '90s that I was absolutely fucking hooked on. BattleTech MechWarrior. And I enjoy the video games, but that's about it.
Is anyone old enough for Mutant Chronicles? Does anyone remember that?
It sounds familiar, but I can't place the win. I'm sure by a stretch I'm the oldest one here, so maybe. Man, I'm pretty close, I'm sure.
I mean, it rings
that was a great miniatures game. It was a role playing game as well. It was all based off. I mean, obviously, it was humans.
Yeah,
but you had everything was corporations.
I remember like a TV.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah,
yeah. Mutant Chronicles was good, man. That was such a good game, and the war game because it was all you had similar size armies as 40K, but everything was squad based, right? So you would do your thing with a squad, then he would do his thing with a squad, and then you would go until everyone was done.
I mean,
Really
I
good.
didn't realize they made a tabletop game of a book I read in '86 called Team Yankee. And they've made a warfare, a World War III, but Cold War technology game out of it. And I'm just looking at it, and the guy's like, "Are you familiar?" I'm like, "It's part of the reason I signed up for tanks when I joined the army." So yeah, I'm kind of familiar with it.
Oh, it's Warzone.
And
It's
the closest we
Warzone.
got was a Lav 4.
And what else was it? Let me see. Twilight 2000. There's another game. If anybody remembers that one,
Great game.
that was amazing. I loved Twilight 2000. Loved the shit out of it.
Yep. I played it so much that my book fell apart.
Yeah, I mean, we literally had photocopies of photocopies. You could almost read. That's the only reason we could only way we get our hands on enough sets of rules.
That's because she was about to blow up.
Oh.
Nope. But
Well, Florian in the chat remembers, and he greets you, Bauhaus.
Look, I was gonna say something funny, and then I
Say
remembered that I'm streaming, and I can't say what I was gonna say. So I'm just gonna go with.
Were you going to do a slur?
Then
You were
type
gonna
it
do a
into the chat. Type it into the chat.
No.
Yeah.
No,
just,
that's just as bad.
Yes.
Just
No.
type. Send it to
Discord chat, not YouTube.
Send it to
chat.
Metronoid. He'll say it. He doesn't give a shit.
Yes, I'll say it. I can get away with it. I'm from a different country.
Well, same as Metronoid. I mean, we could just say he doesn't speak English.
Look, I am just saying, Alfarius has 2 of the Infinity Stones of Wokeness, so Alfarius can get away with it.
He's a gay foreigner?
Yes.
Okay.
You had me confused for a second there.
Look, I know one, but what's the other one?
Those are the 2. So he can
I
say
thought
whatever
I
he
was gonna
wants.
have to check my prison wallet for a second there.
See, it would be worse if he was Scottish, because we already know the hate crimes up with that. White.
Oh, that's so retarded.
Oh, I know. Lord Metal Man, for those that know, that's somebody you need to have on one of these times.
I've been trying. He watches every now and again. I've been trying to get him.
I'll bitch at him next time we play D&D. I'm like, get your fucking ass on here, dude.
But
we might have to. The show had to be a little earlier because he is over in the land of Scott.
Yeah,
so
I don't care.
I mean,
we can make adjustments.
I mean, listen, he's 1 hour before me, and it's 1 a.m. right now, or close to it. So
yeah, but I think
he can
you're
manage.
committed. You're committed.
In more ways than one, you're committed. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a staple at this point. Like if we don't hear Metro, then there's no stream. Speaking of, there's not going to be a stream next weekend. I'm going to be in Arkansas.
Why?
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
This
yes.
is going to be off the grid, writing his manifesto.
Literally off the grid. Like I don't even know if I'm going to have signal or internet. So there's that.
He's going to have his VHS recorder.
Yeah.
Oh, and the 80s minge.
Well, I'm just hoping that nothing happens between now and then.
He's going to watch his entire collection of Molly Ringwald videos while he's there.
No, I can do that at home. I don't have to go anywhere for that. But you know, we yeah, I think we managed to talk the Custodians.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even call it a bad discussion outside of one random person spurging in chat. But
oh yeah, Spurg boy.
Whoever listens to male feminists, to be honest, just tune them out like I do.
God, I mean, to be that desperate for Punani that you act like that is just.
Well, I mean, it was a pleasure using the banhammer. So
we've all done dumb shit in our life, but damn, that's just.
Turbo dumb.
I could care less about those people. Like you always have. It's on both sides, left or right. Even if like me, true. I try to give even-handed unless it's something I really care about.
It could just be an Andrew Tate retard or somebody like that. Yeah.
Dude, I'll get people mad at me for saying the most milquetoast shit. And it's just like, God, it's that eye-opening moment of you can't please everybody on the internet, and you're never going to. So you might as well just say whatever the fuck you want.
No, that's an Abe Lincoln quote. You can't please everyone on the internet.
It should be.
Oh, I thought it was an OnlyFans quote.
It should be.
But to have a male feminist and to have a woman basically rip him a new one I don't think he had that on his list of shit to deal with today.
Oh, they expect me to fall on my knees and, oh, thank you for defending me, sir. Now go white knight somewhere else, asshole.
I knew there was a reason I fucking liked you.
I didn't know that Metro banned him. I just thought he left.
I thought so too.
Me
Yeah,
too. I thought he gave up. I thought he tucked his tail between his legs and ran
No, I
off.
just got enough. I mean, it was that idiot was spurging out, and I was like going over the same motion, just like Ofarius said, the same road, the same argument over and over and over and over again.
It had to
you get tired about it. Tired about it, and it was just like, fuck off.
It had
fuck
to be
off and do something productive with your life.
It had to be well over 10 years, and I remember my daughter. She's telling me about these guys that are always out white knighting. And I didn't even understand the term back then. And she goes, these people think that if they put enough kindness tokens in a girl, sex falls out. And I'm like, and this would have been, oh man. Yeah, 10, 12 years ago, she said that.
Yeah.
And that's what I think of with these idiots every time.
Yeah, and they're just these weak little worm creatures that are just vile and just skeeve you out. And the second you stand up to them, they turn nasty.
Oh, yeah.
Like that guy who sent me death threats. Ask Shark Daddy. He's got them all. He's got all the screenshots. Yeah.
Who sent you death
when
threats?
I first started Twitter. Yeah.
Do we bury somebody?
He didn't scare me. I told him to fuck off.
I mean... Oh, Maddie's asking me how big the Guan Yu statue I got was. It's like that. So how big is that? 8 inches? 9 inches? A foot tall? It's fucking big. That's all I know. It's big.
It's bigger than the thing sitting behind him that he can't find.
Yeah, obviously, because I don't know what the fuck that is, and I've given up. I keep hoping that it's my fucking regimental banner, but...
But Weezy, you almost found it.
You lie.
Weezy, I'm dying.
I'm dying over here.
But
Weezy!
And Florian says, I have to ask, what if people are genuinely upset because their own faction was just dragged through Slaneshi's palace?
Yeah.
I understand. I do.
Yeah, for the full fans, yeah.
I think those are the people that are going to make the big enough fucking stink about this entire thing. Are the people that love Custodes and are seeing GW just shit all over him.
Well,
that's
again,
3 people.
Yes, all 3 people.
Well, I think his name's Gotchi or whatever.
Yeah.
He had, I want to say he had ordered like at least 1, if not 2 of everything and all the new Custodes stuff. And he basically canceled his order and said, fuck you. No,
we didn't see what the order date was. So that's very possible that could have been for show or he ordered it just to cancel it for.
I don't know.
That would be funny.
he's pretty hardcore about Custodes.
Yeah, I don't know him. I don't know him well enough to say either way.
He is that guy about Custodes. So,
guys, I just went through my closet where I've had books and books and books on shelves, and I pulled out some real treasures from.
You found Tom Cruise?
Well, I got
he found R. Kelly.
I got my Warhammer Fantasy Battle Rule book from.
Tom Cruise is in the closet.
Yeah, I got Johnny Depp on the wall. I'll send you a picture.
No thanks.
Oh, hold on.
I don't want to know what that made him think of. It's just
I know he went right to it. He's like, hold on.
But listen, this is the very reason why I hold on to the PDFs of old codices and old army books. I have all of 5th edition, majority of 4th, and some from 6th, and from fantasy 7th and 8th. And if I want, I can always go back to those games.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Those rules are not gone, and you can always play them.
D&D,
the company can't do anything about it.
Hey, D&D 4th edition pretty much triggered a lot of people going back to 3 and 3.5. So
because it was
this is the right dwarf from when the 5th edition Guard Codex released.
August 2009.
Ooh, I remember that.
I went to a Comic-Con thing yesterday. The swap meet where I got the statue. And it was 2009 was the oldest one that he had, because he only had a few of them. One was from 2018. One of them was the Primaris release. I'm trying to find it.
Wait, you went to a Comic-Con. How long did you have to hold your breath?
Not very
All
long.
the time.
Not for as long as a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
Here it is.
Damn.
The 2017 White Dwarf where the Primaris were released.
Yeah.
Metro, you see my video, Metro?
Yeah.
There's vampire accounts. I got this dwarves book from like 2006.
That's the
Silver
6th edition.
Kingdoms. This is the same edition, right? It's got the same border.
Yeah.
I got the Siege book. This is from 1998, I think.
That's, I think, the 7th edition. Or 6th or 7th, I'm not sure. Oh! General's Compendium.
I'm not a hoe.
Yeah, when's this from?
Oh. Bro, you got big ass feet.
Yeah, I do. You know what they say?
Yeah, big shoes.
I got big shoes too.
I
look like a fucking hobbit.
I bought this book around the year 2000, and I waited till the year 2023 to buy my first models. So there you go.
Whoa.
His old.
I remember having that.
Oh man, what is that? Is that 3rd edition? 3rd edition Space Marine?
That's the 3rd edition Space Marine, yes. And the 4th edition Tau. 3rd edition Necron as well.
No.
I could feel Alfarius's boner from here.
I think Alfarius wetted himself a little bit.
There you go. That's been in my closet for 20-something years. Oh, and look at this. This book's worth like $300.
What the fuck is that?
It's the Wheel of Time RPG. These are the only 2 books that were put. That's the source book, and then this is the first adventure book.
Oh shit!
It's like a $300 book.
And you have it in your closet.
Yeah, it's in my closet doing nothing.
It's in the closet.
With R. Kelly and Tom Cruise.
Hey-o.
Look, all this makes me want to do is run to like my nearest half price books and buy up all their old codexes that they have that nobody ever wants. Because
I've been collecting them. Old Fantasy, 7th and 8th edition.
Well, I wanted them because I worked at a game store, and I liked reading the stuff. I liked knowing about it because people were talking about it, and I'd watch the guys play games and wanted to have like base knowledge, and I've always wanted to, but I was always fucking working. You know, it's hard to. And at the time, CCGs were really my main focus. I was big into things like 7C. CCG was out. I was playing a lot of Legend of the Five Rings, and yeah, and Doomtown. Doomtown was another big one. So,
look, I'm just happy in terms of GW stuff. I'm just happy the Horus Heresy is over. I'm happy.
Yeah, but what's next?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what's next. I'm glad the Horus Heresy is done. No, I don't.
I mean, this is the same, I think, that Marvel was with Infinity War.
Yeah. I think that's
Jumping
the direction
off
we're headed.
point.
Yeah. Horus Heresy is
Jumping
done.
off point.
I do like the Horus Heresy minis. Just say that.
Yeah,
I know. I like I said, little Horus figure.
Yeah, some guy I know shared out a bunch of Horus Heresy stuff recently to me, and I've been reading it. And I'm like, it was 1.0 and 2.0, and I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of cool.
I know.
I am still in the process of collecting the Primarchs that a guy that I buy from 3D Prints, and they're the little resin minis. They're probably like that big. In fact, I think I have one.
I'm making a set of 20 of those 3D printed.
But they're so good. Like the quality is much better than GW stuff. Like there's my Purdy. Can't see.
Nice.
There we go. That's better. But that was a 3D resin print. It's heavy and it's large enough to paint it where it's like even if you fuck up, it still looks okay. I was like, I'm gonna buy all of these motherfuckers. Fuck Games Workshop.
The sad truth is, I keep going back and forth on like these third-party Dark Angels upgrade sprues because they're really nice, and I want some of the bits and the Night Lord stuff that I mentioned earlier on Etsy. But if I buy anything 3D printed, the first thing I'm going to do is buy Chaos Dwarves. You know, we'll never get Chaos Dwarves again because of the racial implications. And
Chaos Dwarves are a racist dog whistle.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for. Could somebody fucking explain that to my dumb ass? Because
it's a Jewish trope. They got big noses and they wear their funny hats and yeah.
Yes, they are Syrian or Mesopotamian, but just like when the Vokes are seeing an orc and thinking black people, they're seeing Assyrians and thinking that's a money grabbing Jew. So self-reports, true and true.
Okay, I have to say I don't see it, and you know,
God damn it.
We don't know, of course not, because you're not a retard. What you see is a Chaos Dwarf.
But you know, it's funny. If we rewind the time, the clock back, if I did recall the timetable when they discontinued Chaos Dwarves, that's when they launched the Sisters of Battle as a standalone army. So it's almost like we've come full circle on this thing.
That is the craziest shit I've ever heard. Jews. That's what they got from that. Jews.
Yeah.
I mean, they did the same thing with the fucking Tyranids. How? How the fuck do you do that? How do you see giant space-eating bugs and go, that's a Jew? How?
If you see one, how do you see the other?
or a chaos cultist. Or think about the chaos cultist. They are the Jews.
They're like locusts and they consume everything. I think.
That's fucking racist. That's racist.
Of course it is. I'm not saying it's right.
But
I'm saying it's different.
But these are the people calling everyone else racist. It's like, what?
Yeah. Because, look, it's because politics is their only personality. So they have to inject it into everything because it's their literal only identity.
Well, what it is it's their religion. They're just religious zealots, but instead of having a religion, they just have politics as a replacement for it. So they're Puritans. They're modern day Puritans, but their religion is politics.
That's what fascinates me because I love when they tell me what I'm supposed to think about something that kind of is technically part of my life. And I'm like, okay, but why do you see that? Well, you don't? No, I don't. Well, you should. Well, why should I?
Why?
Because you have to look at everything through a lens of social justice. I'm just saying that.
That's just crazy. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't see. Why do you see that? Well, I don't. That's what the bigots see. Well, no, because the bigots aren't the one telling me this. You are.
I'm just saying. I've seen so much shit from these people that are supposedly the good guys that I'm sitting there going, you're a fucking racist. And I can say that because I'm a half a brown person.
But are they literally, literally, are they discontinuing them because of that? Or is that just like shit talking? I'm confused.
I mean, that's what's been said.
They were.
That's just a league going around.
Oh, what a hell dumb. I mean, aren't they in Warhammer 40 or Warhammer Total War? Chaos Wars?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
And they're fucking sick too. Like, give me more.
Yeah.
Give me more of that.
Yeah.
Okay, because I
mean, what is it, Kislev or something? Is that right? Kislev?
It's the Kislev. Yeah, that's my favorite faction to play. Is the Kislev.
They're not doing them because of ties to Russia and Putin's an asshole. So they just
shut the fuck up! Get it? Oh my god!
I'm hoping
that. Hey, look, I don't know if that's actually true. I'm just that.
It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't fucking surprise me at this stage. The stupid is so fucking thick.
I was hoping that would be cope. That they're like, oh, it's because these are an allegory for Russian people. It's like I hope that's not real.
Yeah, it's my favorite faction to play.
If that's the case, you can kiss goodbye to Vestroyans as well, which is a real shame because Vestroyans are fucking cool.
Yep.
I mean, listen, last week I would have had my doubts about the level of stupid, but this week, everything goes. Anything goes.
Oh, Jesus. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I know that sounds dramatic, but it's like I literally don't even know what to say at this fucking point from these idiots.
All we can do is sit and watch and then laugh about
just
it like we've been doing.
Watch it fucking burn. That's all we can do. Just watch it fucking burn. But Chaos Tours are Jews. That's just...
Well,
dude, they were like, I was literally, that was going to be the army I bought into when I was like, all right,
Jews?
and then they yanked them out.
You were going to buy Jews? You were going to buy a Jew? Okay.
Well, they bought everything else. Hey,
God damn it.
Oh, damn.
Thank God we're at the 3-hour mark because I ain't about to.
That was a total tongue-in-cheek reply based on all the Palestinian.
Oh,
I don't know if I believe you or not.
I'm honestly I'm an Old Testament Christian, so. I'm
okay,
very.
So
wait, you're an old what?
He's an old testicle. You said.
Yeah, I said I'm an Old Testament Christian. Like I'm not. Like I take my guidance from the Old Testament. I don't get into the New Testament too much.
Aren't you supposed to hate me then? Aren't you supposed to hate all gay people or something? Isn't that's super Old Testament? Isn't that Romans or whatever?
I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to.
You just does it anyway.
I just hate you anyway. Fuck. That's just. Oh, thank you for explaining that because now it's like that's the shit that makes my head hurt.
So now,
really
now here's the thing that would prove that side right about Chaos Dwarves being Jews. Is their leader named Joshua?
Yeshua.
Look, all right, I'm not.
We just like, all right, fuck all this shit.
I'm trying to find an Etsy seller that I bought my fucking Perturabo from, and I can't find them. So I'm upset.
You didn't bookmark it.
I did, and it's gone. So it makes me wonder if they got.
You got a favorite? That's it, Wheezy.
I did. It makes me wonder if they got fucking BTFO'd by GW.
Wheezy, did the Chaos Dwarf steal it? Is that what happened?
Yeah, it was God damn it.
China Forge. That's what I did.
But all right, anybody got anything else? We're already over 3 hours.
No, I got nothing else here.
Well, all right then. This has been productive.
Yeah, that's it now.
I enjoyed it.
Don't forget the Mars voice lines.
Oh God, yes, please. That's got to go everywhere.
But all right, well, I'm glad we had this chat.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
We
Yeah, about Mesopotamia.
Fucker.
All right, all of y'all get out of here.
Bye, Dad.